The following is a live sports presentation of Glycod. GLICOD.com.
Glycod's coverage of Central Kentucky high school football starts now.
Happy Thanksgiving weekend from Louisville. I'm Chris LaBar along with Rick Reams. KHSAA 6A semifinal on tap tonight. It's Bryan Station and Ballard, a rematch of earlier this season.
Yeah, played earlier this season on this field. Station came away with a win 28-21. Sure, Ballard hasn't forgotten about that game, but man, you look back then, that game had nothing compared to what this game means to get the victory.
Both these teams so strong, back to the semifinals for the second straight year. What does it say about the strength of these two programs?
Well, I tell you what, it tells you about how these programs have continued to evolve, and they're where they want to be, except for they haven't got to that final step, Chris. And this is the one game. One of these two teams is finally going to make it.
Bryan Station, they are red hot. Trenton Cutright leading the way. But how about this defense? 4 interceptions last week. They lead 6A now with 20 picks.
I tell you what, they are all over the field. We talked about it last week. They're back 8. I mean, something you don't often see in high school football is this good of secondary linebackers, everything this defense. You know, again, you talk about offense. Station's all defense.
Ballard Bruins led by Coach Adrian Morton. We'll talk with him in just a moment. But Journey White's really the key to their team, Rick. 3rd in 6A rushing over 1,300 yards.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to beat this team, your defense is going to have to step up and stop him, make them do something different. Easier said than done, but that's what Station has to try to do.
It's breezy, it's chilly. We're so glad you joined us tonight live from Ballard High School. Up next, we'll hear from Coach Morton. Be right back.
We first opened during the Great Depression, and we've been open for over 85 years now. Through everything that's come our way, we've stayed open by working to make life easier, better, and fresher. By making a real difference in the communities we serve. And by being the kind of place where your money always goes a little further. That's why we're open. Come see for yourself.
Did you know that Cartown Kia has one of the largest pre-owned inventories in the region? And did you know that we source vehicles from all over the country? Not only will we pay top dollar for your trade, we'll buy from you even if you don't buy from us. So stop in today for a quick and easy appraisal, and while you're here, check out the new Kias arriving daily. There's never been a better time to upgrade your ride. Visit Cartown Kia or shop anytime at CartownKiaUSA.com.
I'm your overly competitive brother. Psych, and I'm about to steal this game from you, just like I stole Kelly Carter in high school, huh? Foul! And now you're ready to settle a score. Game over. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, well, you can end up paying for all this yourself. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
Thanks, bro.
Take a lap, rookie.
Contact Louisville and Lexington Allstate agent Thomas Allen for a quote today.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Let's get real. You could go to work right after high school, but spend a little time with us and we'll give you a better chance to do more, be more, and earn more. College for the real world. College for your world.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. Get started by finding the program that works for you. Bluegrass Community and Technical College. Never underestimate you.
Cod here talking to Coach Adrian Morton of the Ballard Bruins. What's your schedule with your team this week?
Well, we had school, the first 2 days of the week, and we're going to
stay the same. We're going to practice normal time on Wednesday and then try to come in Thanksgiving morning and, get our walkthrough stuff in and then just get back to it. We want everybody to enjoy Thanksgiving. It's something we wanted to do, was practice together. But we're just excited to get to play Friday and have an opportunity to compete.
So, Coach, you played against this Bryan Station team back on September the 8th. What did you see in that game, or what do you build on from that game?
Well, I can tell you Bryan Station's a good football team, very fast. And it was just, I thought it was a really good game. It was a slugfest, I guess you would say, for us. I think it may have saved us from ourselves over the course of the season. I think it kind of humbled us and made us work a little bit harder as far as losing, then. And, so I think our kids learned a lot about ourselves from that game. And since then, we just try to get better every week. So we've gradually improved over the course of the season. And when you cut the tape on, you see the Bryan Station has done the same. So, again, we look forward to playing this game because there's two teams that are back in the same position that they were this time last year, both vying for an opportunity to get to the next round.
Tell me how your team is different now than it was when you played Bryan Station last.
I just think over the course of the season, we've matured. We always talk about it. Adversity introduces a man to himself, and that starts with the head coach all the way down to the freshman kicker. And I just think over the course of the season, one of the things with our team is that we just had to grow up. And again, when you lose at home, you have to look in the mirror and you have to look at the program. And I think we just reassessed and everybody had to reevaluate their investment. You know what I mean? And so, again, I couldn't be more proud of our kids on the way they've responded since then. We feel like we played a really tough schedule. And, again, it's just prepared us to continue to just get better 1 week at a time. And that's all we focused on, is one game at a time through the 13 games that we've played thus far.
Tell me a little bit about what you expect to see from Bryan Station.
Oh, well, they're going to run the ball. They're going to play physical defense. We expect it to be physical. And that's one of the things I told the kids all week. This will be the most physical game you played all season. They want to win, too. And that's one thing I make sure our kids understand. When you get this late in the playoffs, the level of commitment, everybody's hurting. Everybody's banged up, bruised up. But it comes down to how bad you want it, and being able to execute. Our mantra through the playoffs has been execute to win. And so we're just going to focus again on one play at a time for 48 minutes and try to come out there victorious.
One last question. Give me 2 or 3 keys that your team has to do in order to show up here in Lexington at Kroger Field.
We have to play physical. We have to run to the football. And then, like I said, we have to win one play at a time. We have to play 48 minutes. Again, the game, the first time we played them, it was close. And it went down to the wire, and we have to be prepared to play 48 minutes. And if we do those things, I think we'll be fine.
Well, Coach, I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
We'll be right back on Glycod.
Let's get real. You could go to work right after high school, but spend a little time with us, and we'll give you a better chance to do more, be more, and earn more. College for the real world. College for your world.
Paramedics do the incredible. They help save lives. And so can you, by donating at CSL Plasma. Your plasma donation can help create 24 critical life-saving medicines. And you can be rewarded for your generosity. Every plasma donation can do so much for so many. Do the amazing. Help save lives. Donate plasma today at your local CSL Plasma Center.
Hi, I'm Sarah Neely. I'm the financial manager at Mill Ridge Farm. Whenever you transition financial institutions, there's a tremendous amount of paperwork involved. Traditional banks streamlined this paperwork and they just made it very simple. Traditional Bank is a locally owned bank that allows us to operate on an international platform. They make my life better, they make my job easier, and they make Mill Ridge a better place.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
The Martin family has been in the trucking industry for over 3 generations. My grandfather started this company selling salvage parts in the 1960s, and we're celebrating over 20 years as a Peterbilt dealer. Although we've grown and changed over the years, our focus has always been on you. We get it. When your truck's down, you're not making money. That's why we keep thousands of quality parts in stock so you can get back on the road as soon as possible. At Martin's Peterbilt, relationships matter, and that's why we've been around for generations. Come see us.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Welcome back to Ballard High School in Louisville. Chris LeBar alongside Rick Reams and our outstanding Glycod.com crew. Joe O'Melion up on roof shooting for us tonight in the camera. And let's talk about this Ballard program, Rick, and what they've been able to do here to get back to this level for the second straight year.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where sometimes you have one good year and you make it all as far as you can, and then your program kind of goes kaput from there. But that's not the case with this Ballard team. They learned from last year. They've tried to change some things. They're back in the same spot. Same with Bryan Station. But I tell you what, this Ballard team, they really want to get 2 things: revenge for that loss earlier and get to Lexington for the state championship.
Been a long time since the Bruins have played for all the marbles, back to the '84 season when Hall of Famer Bob Redmond was on the sideline. Ballard winners of 6 in a row, still unable to get past Trinity, but heck, an opportunity to play for a state title.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They look tonight, if Trinity can fix their business with Douglas tonight, those 2 teams can be playing next week. And, but they are thinking, and that's what Coach talked about. He talked about a play at a time and a game at a time. They're not looking for that next week, but they are playing tonight for the chance to have a title.
Sophomore quarterback Larry Irvin for Ballard, 1,660 pass yards, 14 touchdowns. First-year starter, he's been exemplary.
Yeah, really done a very good job with, we talked about it with White's at the running back. He's such a strong running back, but you can't run the ball all the time. You have to have a little bit of threat of a pass there. The one thing, though, you got to look at it with Urban is 11 interceptions, so he's got to make sure he doesn't make any big mistakes tonight against a team that leads 6A in interceptions.
Most of Ballard's key players, with the exception of the running back White, your underclassmen, Maurice Stevens, a junior, and Dalen Thompson, a sophomore, so perhaps that will be an interesting tale against Station's season back 7.
Yeah, and we saw that some last week with Ryle, with their younger players coming in. The big stage was a little too much for them last week. I don't think that's going to happen tonight, but again, you just don't know how these young kids are going to respond until the kickoff goes. Tonight's weather forecast presented by Meyer.
Visit their Hamburg location at 2155 Paul Jones Way for any of your shopping needs. Meyer, a proud supporter of Central Kentucky High School athletics on Glycod, and it is chilly. It feels much more brisk than 41. Slight breeze, and at least it's dry, but this will be a very chilly Friday night here. Week 14 state semifinals. Up next, I'll chat with Philip Hawkins, head coach of Bryan Station. His comments straight ahead when we come right back.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
Drive with the confidence and security of a pre-owned Kia from Cartown Kia. This incredible certification package is loaded with a 5-year, 60,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, 10 years of national roadside assistance, and 2 years of free maintenance. Choose from over 70 certified pre-owned Kias or over 1,000 vehicles of all makes and models. It's new car driving at used cars prices with certified pre-owned Kias from CartownKiaUSA.com.
I love Head Start.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teacher, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
With Fast Signs, see the visual possibility in your business. See it in lights and flags, on a van, in metal, on the floor, in color. With signs and graphics, you can say anything, do anything, be anything. So make your statement. With your masterful team of visual marketing experts, anything is possible. Fast Signs. Make your statement.
We first opened during the Great Depression, and we've been open for over 85 years now. Through everything that's come our way, we've stayed open by working to make life easier, better, and fresher. By making a real difference in the communities we serve. And by being the kind of place where your money always goes a little further. That's why we're open. Come see for yourself.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football on Glycod.
6A semifinal live from Ballard. Bryan Station versus the Ballard Bruins. Coach Hawkins joins me. Coach, what's different this time around here, back-to-back for the second year?
You know, I think the maturity level of our kids, you know, they've been in this game now, and I think they're 1 year older, and you know, it's a great group of kids, and I think they're as prepared as we can get them.
You played so well over the last few weeks. What's left to clean up to get to that ultimate goal?
You know, I think we've done a really good job making some penalties go away and handling the football a little bit. I know we threw an interception last week, but you know, after that, I feel like we caused the turnover issues for Ryle, and so, you know, really, I think we're just going to do what we did last week, and you know, our style is our style. We like to run the ball, and we're going to keep doing that and try to get some people open in space and see how it goes.
You know, Ballard, a team you're very familiar with. Do you feel like maybe they've held a few things back? You might see something new from them?
Well, you know, I haven't held anything back. I mean, we're in week 14, you know, and you got to do what you got to do to get here. And they know exactly what I'm going to do, and I pretty much have an idea what they're going to do. And we just got to stop them. They've got to stop us. You know, Coach Morton does a super good job with these kids, and they'll be ready to play. And hopefully our kids are just as ready.
What's it say about both these programs to be back here for the second year in a row?
Well, you know, I think that Coach Morton has done such a good job with Ballard over the last few years, and he's positioned them to be in these games, and you know, I'm excited for him. And as far as we're concerned, I think as we turn the program around, and this was the direction we wanted to head, and we got us to this point, and here we are again. So, you know, I think this is part of the natural progression of what I need Station to be.
What's it like for you personally, having been in the JCPS system, to be back here with so much on the line?
You know, what's funny is I coached at Ballard for a year. So I was at Ballard for a year before I took the Doss head coach job. So, you know, I'm familiar with what goes on in JCPS, and it's you know, I know they've got the same issues I've got in public schools, and you know, that's how I know he's done a great job, and it's neat to be here because I have a lot of friends here. Over that 4-year period, I developed a lot of relationships, and I'll see some of those faces tonight. And, I'm just excited for the Lexington schools. There's 4 of us playing within a 5-mile, radius. And so I hope we all do well, and I hope some of us can find our way to Kroger Field.
Good luck tonight. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Head coach Philip Hawkins will be back after this on Glycon.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football on Glycod.
And a pleasant good evening from Ballard as we welcome you back. Bryan Station and the Ballard Bruins. Let's piggyback for a moment off of Coach Hawkins' comments. This is a big weekend in Louisville. It seems like you got Lexington and Louisville all weekend.
Yeah, I mean, he talked about it. The Lexington schools are coming to Louisville this weekend. You have this game. You have Douglas at Trinity. You have Lexcath at Louisville Christian Academy. And then you have, of course, the UK U of L game tomorrow. So, I'm biased. I admit it. I've got a Lexington bias. I hope we come out of here 4-0. But that would be a great weekend. But I tell you what, just big opportunities, literally for all the teams. UK to turn a year around that has not been what everyone wanted, but you get that win against Louisville. But these schools tonight, boy, you could have a 6A final of Douglas, a rematch with Bryan Station. LCA could be. Lexington Christian could be there. LCA got beaten last week. Really good year in high school football. But Chris, the only thing that's remembered is who won the championship.
Let's talk a bit more about Station and some of these numbers. They're really impressive, and they have feasted on interceptions this year.
They have. I mean, it's just one of those things. It's just not one player, although, they do have their defensive backs that are so good, but it's just they're all over the field, and you can't. JT Haskins, he can kill you on the interceptions, but they've got other guys that can come out, get the interceptions, and I tell you what a game changer. But we've seen it a couple times. We've seen them play. Not only do they intercept, but the run backs after those interceptions.
Isaiah Watts also 4 interceptions, JT with 7. You've got 2 for Jordan Haskins, just a very advantageous back 7, and that will be a great parlay into our keys to this game, presented by Martin's Peterbilt. Martin's Peterbilt, proud to support high school athletics in Glycod, and they strive to keep your trucks moving through outstanding parts availability and unmatched service. First for the visitors, what stands out?
With Station, they've got to build on that turnover advantage. They're at plus 13 right now. Ballard's even on turnovers, so you got to parlay that in to a win. You've got to keep your feet firmly planted here in Louisville. You can't be thinking about next week. This is the game of games right now that matters, and you've got to do that if you're Station. Ballard, they've got to control the game on the ground. That's what Coach talked about. He said, first thing he said is Bryan Station will run. He talked about the fact they're so physical, so you got to match that physicality. You got to stay on an even keel if you're Ballard. Sometimes you get too high with these revenge games, and it ends up hurting you. And then, you can't give up the big plays to Station, because if they start that, this game could get over with.
Look back to last week with Ryle. Their game plan, they were going to stick with what worked all year. They were going to throw the ball. That's who they were. That's not what Ballard does. Is this a different challenge tonight for Station?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, last week, again, you talked about it, Chris. Bryan Station knew what they were going to get. Even this week, with the running game of Ballard, you know what you're going to get, but you've got to go in there and stop it, and that's a big challenge.
Ballard Bruins replacing so many key players off last year's team. Talking with Coach Morton back in June, we spoke. He said our key is always the same. We want to run the ball, control the game on the ground, lead by defense and special teams, and they've struggled early, but here they are.
And that's what you have to do with these teams. You can't. We talked about it. The preseason is all the games up to the district, and then you get those. But right now you want to be peaking and not have already peaked and going back downhill, and that's where both these teams really are. I think he talked about it with me that the loss to Trinity and this loss to Station opened their eyes. I think Station's loss to Douglas did them a lot of good. You hate to say that, but you get that loss and it really, you start practicing hard again.
The winner will take on the winner of Douglas and Trinity. We will keep you posted on that score. That game occurring about 6 miles from here, and we will keep you posted throughout much of the evening as the coin toss right now occurring at midfield.
Ballard wins the toss.
So Bryan Station will have the football to start. Kickoff live from Louisville when we come right back on Glycod.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teacher, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
From Glycod, it's Central Kentucky High School football. Tonight's game is brought to you by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. Never underestimate you. CSL Plasma. Do the amazing. Help save lives. IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential. Meyer. Higher standards, lower prices. Traditional Bank. Because who you bank with matters. And by Community Action of Lexington, Martin's Peterbilt, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, and Allstate Insurance Agent Thomas Allen. Now to the field for all the action of Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Bryan Station and Ballard, the winner to the 6A state championship game next Saturday at 4 o'clock. Bryan Station there the last time, 1999. For Ballard, it was back in the Reagan years in 84.
Back in my heyday, I was actually 3 years out of high school then, Chris. So they haven't been there in a while. Let's just say a 60-year-old man. They have not quite been there in a while. But I tell you what, Ballard Athletics, they're known for their excellence, and this is where they want to get. You bring these kids in, you talk about the history, even though they haven't been there since then. They have a chance to change that tonight.
Special thank you to the great folks at Ballard, Athletic Director Chris Kinney, for allowing us to stream this one tonight, and welcome aboard all the fans back in Lexington and around the Commonwealth. So much on the line for these two outstanding programs in their respective cities.
We talked last week about the pride of the north side with Bryan Station, and I tell you what, their fans, Chris, they've really shown up. That the far stadium over there, those bleachers are full of the green and gold.
It's a relatively new series, not too many past meetings occurring. Since 13, this will be the fourth, with Ballard leading 2-1. Station, of course, winning back in week 4 on this field by a touchdown. So Bryan Station on the receiving end after Ballard won the toss and deferred. Place kicker Colton Abbott, he is a freshman, and he will boot it away for the Bruins.
It's a big series for both teams here. Station wants to start off fast. Ballard wants to show their defense can stop this powerhouse offense. Let's see who can win out in this first drive, Chris.
Damon Green back for Station. He's taken 2 to the house on the year alongside Kamani Barber with 1. A weapon for Station, and here we go. A relatively short kick cradled by Green, and here's Green weaving his way up and slung to the ground at the 30-yard line.
Green on the return, tackled by Clack.
The Station offense, Rick, averaging 37 points per game.
Yeah, I tell you what, red-hot offense. We talked last week about the way the kicking game can have a huge effect tonight. As you said, a little breezier than I expected it to be, so that could have an effect on this kicking game.
Macaulay, Randall, left side of the line. Jeremiah Moore, freshman center, with Keon Watson and Javon Frazier, right guard and right tackle, respectively. Trenton Cutright, 7,700 career yards as the quarterback, and a pair of backs, including Kalen Washington, 1,200 rush yards, and Bayou Behi Bennett. And a high snap, and it's Bennett. And Bennett trying to string it outside, and he'll be strung down for a loss of 1. There's a lot of speed on that Ballard front.
Yeah, I tell you what, they did a really good job of getting into the backfield. They had 2 or 3 guys back there just waiting for him. So it's good to see Bennett out there, though. Last week, he got hurt on that score, and it looks like, Chris, he's coming out early. He's already hobbling out there. So be interesting to see if they can get him back in tonight, but took 1 hit, and he's out.
Tayondre Clark is in for Station, so Washington and Clark now, as Bennett a little bit gimpy as he hobbles off. Station's top receivers, J.T. Haskins Jr. and Damon Green, and we'll give you Ballard's defensive core in a moment. 2nd down and 10. Yes, Cutright finds Washington, and Washington pounded for a loss of 1 yard.
Yeah, you talked about it. We talked about it in pregame. Ballard has to be able to stop the run. And I tell you what, their first 2 plays here, they've been able to really good job getting way back in the backfield and make 3rd and long now.
It's Cartier Atkinson on the stop. 3rd down and 11. Station goes 3 and out on their first drive last week, and they're going to try to avoid that same fate here tonight. 2 receivers to the near side. It's Cutright. Tries to set something up, and he is under heavy duress, and that ball is going to be picked off on the far sideline, and it's intercepted. Davon Rudolph.
What a play there. I tell you what, if you're Cutright, you just can't make that mistake. You're going to see he gets a lot of pressure and either eat that ball or go ahead and just try to throw it as far as you can out of bounds, and he just did not get enough air underneath it, and just a huge, huge turnover. We talked about the turnover battle there, but right now, Ballard's up +1, and that's all that matters.
Ballard offense Left side of the line is Ricky Wilson and Donovan Douglas. Malik Kimbley, the center of the right side, is Christian Clark and Logan Russell. Larry Irvin, sophomore quarterback with Journey Weich, 1,300 rush yards on the season. And Weich springing it out to the left, and he'll lunge forward for a couple. Gain of about 3 yards.
Now, this is going to be mano-a-mano with this, both teams being able to run the ball, but Weich, just the real deal. You're going to have to put a helmet on him every time he touches that ball.
Second down and 7. Ballard's top receivers. Junior Maurice Stevens, 10 touchdown receptions along with Dalen Thompson and Damari Edlin. Edlin really a utility knife. He'll catch it and run it. Is Larry Irvin, the sophomore, trying to ignite this Ballard offensive drive after sudden change. Second down and 7. And it's Weich, and Weich with the trailing tackle from behind. And it's third down and about 4 is Jalen Berry with the stop.
Yeah, really good job there. I tell you what, if this station defense can hold this offense to maybe a field goal attempt or even a turnover on downs, but it's 3rd and long here, and this is not what Ballard, after that turnover, they wanted to go ahead and get that ball in the end zone quick.
Keep in mind, Ballard with a freshman kicker. There's a line of scrimmage at the 23, so third down and 7. Empty set with trips to the near side is Irvin. He's going to select one on the left side, and a great catch. Shy of the marker. It's brought down by Alpha Seca, and we'll see where they spot it.
They gave him no forward progress on that one. He caught that ball up by the sticks there, and they're going to mark it way, way back, about a gain of 1 yard, Chris.
Yeah, let's take another look at that. His forward progress had him very close to a first down.
I'm really surprised that they didn't give him that. Usually the officials are right there to call that forward progress, but that time they let the play go on. But now a huge 4th down here for both teams.
So 4th down and 6. This would be 38-yard field goal, and Adrian Morton says, thanks, but no thanks. It's Weich, his bell cow, now stationed to the right of Irvin. And Irvin sets up the screen. There's Weich in space, and Weich, a great run, and he's going to net a first as he powers through contact, breaking past Devon Frazier.
Well, I tell you what, that's just when you give it to your best offensive player and you let him make the play there. You're going to see there was some good blocks out there, but he had to do a lot of it by himself. Gets that ball there, makes one miss, and then bounces off a couple different tackles for a huge first down on that 4th and long.
Up now to the 13-yard line. That's a gain of 8 on 4th down and 6.
They're going Wildcat.
Journey Weich. Dancing forward is Edlin on the change of pace, and Edlin up for a pair up to the 14.
Yeah, they went Wildcat there. And like you said, handed that ball off to Edlin. I'd be surprised if they do that again. I think once you get the ball in Weich's hand, you just need to let him go.
Well, loss of 1 apparently. I didn't quite see that after the handoff, but
again, they threw him back, but it looks like these officials are going to kind of mark it where the play lays and not forward progress.
Now, traditional set is Weich stationed to the left. And Weich barreling forward progress, across the 10 to the 9. Gain of about 5.
Had a good hole opening for him that time. Like I said, give him about 5 yards, make this 3rd manageable. But we know before they were in 4-down territory, so I would say right now they want to get the ball in the end zone after that big turnover to start the game.
Davon Rudolph, interception from Trenton Cutright, setting up this drive. And it's 3rd down and 5 from the 9. Weich to the right, and Weich in for a Ballard score.
Yeah, walked in the end zone there. Really good blocking by his lineman. Found that hole and was able to get to the outside and walk in the side of the end zone. Get a big, big score to start this game.
White's 21st time he's visited the end zone this season on the ground. And Ballard, an interception, and now here comes Abbott on for the point after. Noah Barnett, the holder, as the kick is perfect, and a great start for Ballard in Louisville. Bruins on top of Bryan Station, and we'll have more right after this.
Did you know that Cartown Kia has one of the largest pre-owned inventories in the region? And did you know that we source vehicles from all over the country? Not only will we pay top dollar for your trade, we'll buy from you even if you don't buy from us. So stop in today for a quick and easy appraisal, and while you're here, check out the new Kias arriving daily. There's never been a better time to upgrade your ride. Visit Cartown Kia or shop anytime at cartownkiausa.com.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Cartown Kia. Visit their showroom at 3120 Lexington Road in Nicholasville, or browse their inventory at cartownkiausa.com. Cartown Kia, movement that inspires.
Journey White in on the ground, and the Bruins up by 7. A great start for the home team.
Yeah, take an early lead. Exactly what you wanted to do on that turnover. Go ahead, score that, cash it in, get some points on the board, and see if your defense can do it again.
Now Green to the right. And Green across the 20 to the 21 as we take another look at that White score.
Yeah, if you watch, once he finds that hole, he's just able to walk right in. Great pull block there. Bumped him outside, and then he was able to walk into the end zone. Now, if you're Bryan Station, you got to, you're thinking just a little bit here, but you got to just keep on going back to what brought you here. Get your offensive lineman going. See if you can't get a drive down the field here to even this game up.
Teandre Clark still in at running back in place by Ubehi Bennett. Bennett got the first call from scrimmage and then limped off the field on the first drive of the game. Is Cutright. Little hitch fake, and Cutright will dump it out in the flat. That is Green, and Green up for a couple yards.
Tell you what, really well played there by Ballard. They knew that wheel route was coming, and they just stayed with him all the way down the field. Just could not find Washington. That play's been open a lot. You're going to see Washington break right out, but just nowhere to go, and just had to make a little dump-off pass.
Gain of about 3. First catch of the night for freshman Damon Green. Yeah, second down and 7 for Station. Ballard defense only giving up 21 points per game and very strong at the point of attack is Cutright. Hands off to Washington, and Washington up to the 28, and it's third down, and a big third down and 5 looming.
Yeah, right here, really Station needs to get this first down. Washington last week, he kind of just ran through Ryle's defense like butter. Didn't have much trouble, and tonight, boy, they just can't get the ball going on the ground.
There aren't a ton of folks here due to the weather, but those that are here on the near side imploring this Ballard front, this Ballard defense. The Station seeks their first down of the evening. And Cutright zings it across and batted and nearly picked off.
Boy, he never saw him there. Threw it right in his hands.
That was Davon Rudolph that nearly had a second interception.
Boy, I tell you what, he would love to have that one back. That throw came right at him, made one move there, and could have just, again, had a huge interception. But great defense by Ballard so far on the first 2 drives.
As Gentry's kick high, and it will propel forward a favorable bounce for Station, and finally touched at the 32-yard line. Going to be a 41-yard punt.
Yeah, Station here, I tell you what, this defense, they have got to try to get a turnover, get the ball back. Really a good punt, though. That wind's blowing the opposite direction, blew against him. Like you said, got a really good bounce. But let's see what Station can do. They had a great opportunity before, 4th and long, couldn't stop it, and then Ballard was able to get the ball in the end zone.
Ballard victorious on this field last week versus Central Hardin. Their big win, of course, they're all big this time of year, but round 2 at Manual in double overtime. And that really an eyebrow raiser around the Commonwealth with the upset. And due to the RPI, they're at home as Edlin. And Edlin out in space, just gobbled up by that speedy station defense. J.T. Haskins involved, also Keelan Adams with a stop.
I like that gobbled up, Chris. You really threw in the Thanksgiving reference there. Great job there.
I wasn't even thinking that.
I'm always thinking with you, so I'm very impressed.
Be 2nd down and 9 after a pickup of one. Adams, by the way, a pick 6 last week. One of 2 stations scores via an interception.
Yeah, and Ryle made some mistakes also on a lot of pressure and just threw the ball up in the air like Cutright did. So going to try to get quarterback pressure here.
Edlin now, the back position to the right. And the game's first penalty looming.
Yeah, offsides there on station. Coach Hawkins talked to you about it in the pregame, Chris. He said that they had cleaned a lot of that up, but right there, a little overzealous, as I talked about, trying to get back to pressure the quarterback and just made contact there.
So quick 5-yard mark off. 2nd and 9 becomes 2nd down and 4. And a hurry-up run inside and station on the heels, if you will, and that's going to be a Ballard first down.
Yeah, just a little different running back, doing a little bit different. They have Weiss coming in now there, but Edlin with a good job, good run there to get that first down.
And that's enough for a Ballard first down.
This is a big 3:22 in this quarter for Bryan Station.
Oh, yeah.
Started the game receiving the ball, and Ballard by 7 with possession is Edlin slippery, and he'll slither through the hole up to the 49 and a pickup of about 5 yards. Tackle by Keelan Adams.
Tell you, that's one nice thing to have both Edlin and Weiss back there, because you know Bryan Station's defense, they've been keying on Weiss the whole time, and right now Edlin's getting a lot of running room there. A good run on first down there.
Well, they really complement one another well.
Yeah.
Different types of running styles. Gain of 5, 2nd down and 5 for Ballard. Sophomore quarterback Larry Irvin at the controls. And there's a screen pass caught by Maurice Stevens, and Stevens somehow finds a hole, and he'll move forward close to the marker.
Yeah, very close. It's going to be 3rd and short. You know, one thing I like about this Ballard is the Ballard team is they have both those running backs in at the same time. A lot of coaches will alternate those running backs in, but they're both in the same time, the same backfield.
Going to be a first down. Adrian Morton has dialed up an outstanding game plan to start this game.
Yeah, really impressive. Just kind of learned from the last game, and right now he is taking the controls.
Maurice Stevens now sprinting to the top of your screen. He'll be locked down out there on the corner by J.T. Haskins. Edlin, the decoy, and Weich lunging past Isaiah Watts, the safety, for a gain of about 4 yards.
You know, Chris, since we've not seen this Ballard team play, we're not really sure, but I'm wondering if this Wildcat is a new wrinkle that they've thrown in for tonight, because again, Weiss was in the backfield. He received the snap, and he made the decision whether to hand off or not. They've done that a couple times tonight.
Gain of 5. So the Bruins playing ahead of the chains, if you will, here in this first quarter. And Irvin leaving it with Weich, and Weich spinning down at the 39, and there's a late flag.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. It should be offsetting, but there was also, you know, sometimes the official sees the last one. Yeah, they called it offsetting. That's what it should be.
Take a look at the officials tonight. 7 gents in charge. P.D. Harris II, the white hat. So offsetting.
Offset. Gain of 2 on the play. 3rd down and 3.
So a big 3rd down. We'll call it a long 2.
Yeah, you sure station, you have got to find a way to get this stop.
Irvin back to throw, tries to set up a screen, and that ball caught. Wasn't even intended for the receiver, but it's going to be a first down as that ball is grabbed, looked like by Isaac Rodriguez.
Yeah, he was not the intended receiver. You said White came across the middle and just overthrew him. And, boy, I tell you what a huge play, because that would have been a fourth down once again. But watch this. As the pressure comes through, he just throws it too far, but right man in the right place for a first down.
Like either Dalen Thompson or Isaac Rodriguez with the catch, and it's going to be a big first down for Ballard as the drive recycles, and Irvin rolling out under heavy duress, and he'll get it out of Dodge.
Yeah, that's where you see the speed of Bryan Station, able to put a lot of pressure on Irvin. You had Javon Frazier out there and just ran laterally and then ran right at him, which a lot of times quarterbacks can outrun those big linemen, but not that case.
Station without a first down in this opening quarter.
This defense, again, they've got 2nd and 10. Got to get somehow to get a stop here.
Ball lined up on the near hash. And it's White behind his compatriot Irvin. And White's trying to spring it outside. He doesn't have the numbers, and Station. A gain of about maybe 1 or 2. Isaiah Watts, the first there, and that really threw the play off course.
Yeah, he did a really good job. Even though he didn't get the tackle, he forced Weiss to keep on going outside. And for Station, the good thing is it stopped the clock. Right now, you want as much time as you can have. It's still 36 seconds left in the first quarter and loss of a yard. So 3rd and long. This is one thing we've seen in 4th and long, but this 3rd and long will be interesting to see how this Ballard Bruin offense attacks this.
From the Station 34. Dalen Thompson lined up in the near slot. There's Irvin facing pressure, and Irvin slings it forward, and that ball is batted and incomplete.
Almost intercepted there. Really good job by Station putting pressure on. Now you're kind of in no man's land, Chris. Do you go ahead and punt the ball? Do you go for it? Because even with a punt, you may only gain 18 or 19 yards possibly at the most. So I think they're going to go ahead and go for it here. This is one play, though, you have to watch the numbers, and we talked about it with the 11 interceptions on the year by Irvin. You can't make a mistake on this. If nothing else, just have a turnover on downs. Don't give Bryan Station a big play.
Alpha Seca split out top of your screen. Ballard 1 for 1 on 4th down tonight. They'll steer it 4th down and 11 as Irvin up in the pocket, and he is going to sprint, and he's going to be very close to a first down.
I think they're going to give it to him because that one there's not another opportunity, so it's going to see where the mark is right now, and they're right by the sticks. Going to give him that. They're going to have a measurement. This is huge right here,
Take another
Chris.
look, Rick.
Oh, boy, I tell you what, he did a really good job as he gets hit here. He falls forward. It looked like from our advantage that he easily had the first down, but where they have marked it, I'm not sure. It's going to be, boy, this one's a big one right here for both teams.
And Ballard will continue the drive.
By the tip of the football there. What a huge play there. I tell you what, they had him in the backfield. Really good job. Sophomore quarterback just made the right decision, run it down the field and get the first down. So, again, Chris, 2 4th downs tonight. Bryan Station hasn't been able to come up with a stop on either of them.
And that may conclude the quarter as Ballard in no urgency to run another play here. And this first 12 minutes has been dominated by the Bruins.
All Bruins, that's for sure.
And they're going to take a 7-0 lead into the second quarter. Ballard leading at Bryan Station in the 6A semifinal 7-0, and they're on the drive again. More coverage from her lane in Louisville when we come right back on Glycod.
Paramedics do the incredible. They help save lives. And so can you by donating at CSL Plasma. Your plasma donation can help create 24 critical life-saving medicines. And you can be rewarded for your generosity. Every plasma donation can do so much for so many. Do the amazing. Help save lives. Donate plasma today at your local CSL Plasma Center.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job. You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Ballard from the Bryan Station 21 as we welcome you back. Bruins converting on 2 fourth-down conversions in the first quarter as Irvin back to throw. He's looking for Secca, and Secca! What's the call from the officials?
One official says touchdown. The other one is not going to call it. The back judge went ahead and called a touchdown there. Looked like his feet were very close, but of course you don't have replay here. So they're going to go up 13-0.
So Alpha Secca in for the touchdown reception of 21 yards. That's his 3rd score of the year.
Boy, what a huge play there. Threw it where only he could. He caught it, went in for the touchdown.
Larry Irvin puts that on the money as Abbott's kick is up. And Ballard in control early. They lead 14-0. Bryan Station football when we come right back.
The Martin family has been in the trucking industry for over 3 generations. My grandfather started this company selling salvage parts in the 1960s, and we're celebrating over 20 years as a Peterbilt dealer. Although we've grown and changed over the years, our focus has always been on you. We get it. When your truck's down, you're not making money. That's why we keep thousands of quality parts in stock so you can get back on the road as soon as possible. At Martin's Peterbilt, relationships matter, and that's why we've been around for generations. Come see us.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Irvin to Secca in Station trying to work their way back in this game. It's been a very impressive start for Ballard.
I'll tell you what, this Ballard team came out ready to play. They've done both sides of the football. They've got a turnover already, 2 touchdowns, and one thing to look at, the freshman kicker, Abbott for Ballard has now tied for the 6A lead because we know that because Zach Gentry from Bryan Station had the lead, and right now they're both at 58.
This is a huge drive for Station, and running under it at the 21. That'll be Kamani Barber, and Barber brought down at the 25.
Tell you what, really good kick coverage here. We've seen special teams. Bryan Station's done such a good job on long kick returns, and tonight they're just not able to get anything going. Right now, I tell you what, this offense has to come out. You got to kind of challenge them if you're their coaches. Say, we've got to get something going. We can't have another 3 and out and give the ball right back to this offense from Ballard that's just having their way right now.
Going to see Devon Frazier on the offensive side of the ball in this sequence for Station, as he'll be lined up in an H-back slot. Kalen Washington, the back to the right of Cutright. And this is a big, big march for Station as they try to get something going. And Washington up for a pair. And Ballard again, Stern on the run.
I tell you what, they are really doing a great job with their middle of that line there. Station's just not having any luck. And like I say, last week, Washington was able just to run at will against the Ryle defense.
189 rush yards for Washington last week. Second down and long. And here's a sneak attack run inside up to about the 29. It's third down and long.
Yeah, right now you're putting your offense again behind the sticks, third and long here. Just a huge, huge play for this Bryan Station offense. What direction are they going to go in? I think they're going to have to start taking Cutright outside and start using his legs and let him have the option. But, boy, that time, just again, not a lot of running room for an excellent running back in Washington.
Third down and long. And Cutright forced out of the pocket. He's going to sling it to Haskins. Incomplete.
Yeah, he had to throw that across his body on the run and just wasn't able to bring it in. And tell you what, this offense looks like they're going to.
Pass intended for Haskins Jr. incomplete.
Yeah, you can't take that chance. But, boy, there for a second, it looked like they're going to keep their offense out there. But if I'm Ballard, I'm going to watch, even at this point in the game, even this point on the field, I'm going to have a kind of a punt safety on just to make sure nothing happens here.
Zach Gentry will punt for Station. And he's 18. And Ballard set to return at the 43. That's Maurice Stevens as Gentry evading the pressure, and he'll guide it to the right as it dances its way down the near sideline.
Chris, we've talked about every drive, how important it is, but for right now, Bryan Station's defense has to find a way to get off the field. Giving up two big fourth down conversions, not forced. Ballard has not punted yet, and I tell you what, right now, it's Ballard is putting on a very impressive performance.
That fourth down and 11 run from Irvin was a backbreaker in that quarter.
And then to have that come down to the mark of the ball and the stretch of the chains.
With 10:20 left in this second quarter, is Irvin in the belly of Weich, and Weich will spin off one tackle and be brought down at the 43.
Yeah, one thing you can say about Weich is we talked about this with other running backs throughout the year. He tends to fall forward every time he's hit, so he's always gaining yards. Not a whole lot of yards, but it's better than being stopped up there for no gain at all.
Weich third in 6A rushing on the season, over 1,300 yards. The winner will take on the winner of Douglas and Trinity. That game kicking off at 7. Is Elon springing through the hole up to about the 48.
Latest score on that is Trinity's up 7-0, Chris.
Third down and 4. Rocks losing to Douglas in week 2 in St. Matthews, and if they were to lose tonight, that would be 2 losses to the same team at home in 1 year, and I'm not sure that's ever happened in their history.
I can't imagine that would even have been a question before this year.
Big third down for the Station D's. Irvin rolling right, and he is brought down. A big sack as Javon Frazier sneaks through.
Yeah, really good job by Frazier. He had put pressure before, but that time he has 12 tackles for loss on the year, 4 sacks. That's his 5th one of the year. Really good job there. We talked about his speed, forcing a punt, and I tell you what, that is something that Bryan Station needed. Let's see if they can get something off this punt return, Chris, and maybe switch the field a little bit, but no first downs for Station. I don't think we would say that with 8 minutes left in the second quarter.
Noah Barnett, the backup quarterback, on to punt. And Barnett advances it to the right, and it's going to be scooped up by Watts, the astute Watts, preserving field position as he jets across the 50.
Great job. Watts was out there blocking, and then all of a sudden he turned around, saw the ball. The rest of the team was running away from it, but boy, he got hold of it and got the ball up to the 50-yard line. That's one thing we talk about. Watch here. He just turns, gets the ball so smart, knew where he was on the field, gets to the 50-yard line. That may have been a little bit of a jump start the Station needed.
The hidden yardage on that play as Watts will take it to the Ballard 48. Again, Station nary a drive in this game. No first downs. This will have it from the Ballard 48. Washington with the handoff, and Washington for no gain.
Yeah, I tell you what, you're really clogging that middle up there. And, you know, with Ballard having David Cawley, he has 80 tackles on the year. You got Michael Clark, defensive lineman number 5, 127 tackles on the year, 16 sacks, leads 6A. So it's not like this is a slouch in defense, but boy, Bryan Station right now just doesn't have any answers.
Let's say a loss of 1 from the 49. DeAndre Clark to the right of Cutright, who's going to try to do something as he scrambles to the right. And Cutright, a stiff arm, as he'll move up the near sideline. He's close to a first down.
Yeah, they're going to mark him short. They marked him out of bounds about the 41, 42-yard line. So
that might be the longest play from scrimmage in this first half.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt. That's for sure the longest one. He had to run sideways to get that, but I think that's what you're going to see. They're going to have to use Cutright's legs to get him outside, let him make the option one way or the other.
Third down and 3 from the Ballard 41. High snap, and Washington between the tackles, swallowed up.
Just cannot get anything going up the middle there. It's fourth down. I don't think there's any doubt Bryan Station's going to go for it here. But, boy, just an impressive job there. Ballard right now, they've just loaded up the box in there, daring them to try to throw it over them. And right now, Station just cannot get anything going.
Fourth down and 1. Big play call in this game. Underscore the 6:40 mark. Fourth down and 1. Washington on the short side. There's a first down, and Washington looking for a block, and he's coaxed out at the 20, and a 20-yard pickup on fourth down.
What a great play there. The offensive line really was able to lock down their blocks, get Washington outside. We saw that a lot last week, but right there gets a nice kickback block, gets it all the way down the field. Right now, this drive is just so important for Bryan Station.
The receivers on this Station team can really block. We've seen it a few times this year, and a great downfield block on the near side.
Yeah, we saw it in that play right there. You're exactly right, Chris. Really sprung him for a huge first down on the fourth down play.
From inside the Ballard red zone. This play important. This drive began on a Watts, and there's a fumbled snap, and I believe Station able to gather it up as DeAndre Clark falls on it.
Yeah, that's the second time there's been a high snap in there, and a lot of times when you have a defensive line that's putting the pressure on that they are, a center sometimes is trying to get to his block and just doesn't really follow all the way through on that snap. But, boy, he has to realize getting that ball to Cutright's the most important thing.
Loss of a couple. As for a moment anyway, disaster averted. It's Cutright coming back to the near side, working his way. Oh my, intercepted or dropped at the last moment.
Boy, I tell you
it was dropped.
Michael Clack had that ball in his hands. Second time that Cutright has gotten away with that. But I know what he saw. He saw Washington out there, but he did not see Clack at all. And watch this as he makes the run right here. Clack has gotten up, and he just turns, and that left paw just could not catch that ball, bring that ball in.
Going to be a Bryan Station timeout. We'll step aside. A big series at Ballard High School. Be right back after this.
Let's get real. We offer a lot of the same courses you'll find at a four-year college. But with our small classes and personal attention, you won't get lost in the crowd. College for the real world. College for your world.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
3rd down and 12 coming up for Bryan Station. Michael Clack on the year, 16 sacks, 1 interception, and that one a big, big drop.
Boy, I tell you what, that's one of those you can look back. If you're Bryan Station's offense, you just dodged a huge bullet. Now see if you can't get that ball in. I think what they did, they called that timeout to understand they have 2 plays. They don't have to get all of this on this 3rd down. They can go 3rd and 4th, but you don't want to make any mistakes.
4-down territory is cut right, slings it in the end zone, and a flag as Damon Green was face guarded by the defensive player.
You know, the smart thing, Chris, is if we look back at this, Damon Green did such a good job. He ran back through the defensive player. He made them call that flag. Watch here. He is open. He has to run a short thrown, and then he tries to run back through it, which is so smart to get that interference call. There's no way the officials cannot call that one. So you're going to go half the distance.
It's going to be marked inside the 15 at least. So not a first down, 3rd down, and it looks like about 2.
Yeah, it's interesting that they've changed that call. That used to be an automatic first down. Now it's one of those, if it doesn't get to the markers, it's not a first down, and that's where half the distance really hurts you there.
Mark this inside at about the 10, a high snap. Fumbled and cut right, trying to hang on to that loose ball. And Ballard, I believe, comes out with it. There's some conversation, and it's going to be station ball.
4th down. And I think that's the right call. It looked like Cutright got on top of it. Maybe they grabbed it out of his hands after there, but boy, you're going 4th down here. It's like Station's going to try to put some points on the board here with Gentry. Let's watch. Very, very, boy, I tell you what, that was just huge right there. Squandered an opportunity.
28-yard field goal try. Zach Gentry on the year, 3 for 3 on field goals. And a whistle prior to the kick.
Ballard called a timeout. Almost a little icing there. I think they didn't have the right personnel in, but that's not a bad play right there. And the thing I like about it is Station was able to go ahead and snap it, let Gentry get a practice kick in, and he made that one, but he's at a little tough angle there.
Well, we've seen 2 Bryan Station fumbles on this drive. They've recovered them both. You have to think the cold temp's a factor in ball security.
Well, Chris, you know, this is really the first cold game we've had all year, and it is cold out here. But even last week, the weather was relatively mild, and so I know both teams are having to play with it, but right now Station's having a little tougher time with the elements out here, and you can even tell, you can hear by the way the ball's being kicked. It just sounds differently tonight. The cold temperatures are having the effect on it.
So will the Ballard timeout perhaps provide a new train of thought for Coach Hawkins?
Yeah, it looks like he's going to come back out with it. But I think at this point you've got to get something positive on the board for your team, if nothing else. Show them they can play, but there's only 5 minutes left in this first half, Chris.
Again, a 28-yard field goal try. Cutright is the holder. And Gentry's kick through.
Yeah, good job there by Gentry. Gets the ball, gets them on the board. And again, if I'm Ballard right now, I'm going to watch not running back until you make sure Gentry's kicking that ball all the way off. You don't want to. You have a onside kick, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Station try something.
Not sure he caught this one as purely as the first field goal, but no. They all count the same.
I tell you what, he just kind of squeaked it in there on the right side post. But it's, again, as you said, 3 points is 3 points. But right now, I'm really surprised that this game is 14-3. I thought Ballard could score, but I tell you, I wasn't really sure that Station would not be able to. And right now, they just have not been able to come up with any answers.
Well, you can credit Isaiah Watts for the assist on that drive, scooping up that short punt and taking it across the 50. And as Station goes short field.
Yeah, and then like we talked about again, that pass interference in the end zone, it helped you, but it also didn't give you an automatic first down, and then you have a fumble after that. So I tell you what, just a big Big turn of events there.
So Ballard to receive here. They'll also have the football to start the second half as Gentry's kick cradled by Stevens. And Stevens to the near side and slung out of bounds at about the 24-yard line.
Yeah, really good job there by Station to really kind of slow that up. Looked like Stevens had a little bit of room, but Jalen Berry there ripped that ball out, but unfortunately for Station, it rolled all the way out to the sideline and went out of bounds.
Ballard trying to get to the state championship game for the first time since 1984. Ballard played for the state title on one prior occasion. Of course, Bryan Station trying to get there for the first time since 99. They do have a state title in their long past history back in 1971. Defenders a member of Class 2A back in 71, defeating Madisonville 14-3. Two receivers each side for Ballard as they'll be perched at their 27. And Irvin in the belly of Weich, and Weich with a hole to the near side and angled out about the 45-yard line.
Yeah, just a tough player to bring down there. And you saw it down the sideline, just kept on going, was not able to be stopped. Zay White was out there, tried to knock him out of bounds, but just couldn't do it. And Weich just kept on going, got some extra yardage. And Chris, you talked about it. Ballard would love to get a 2-for-1 here, get in the end zone before halftime, get the kickoff of the second half, try to put this game away.
Gain of 22 as the Bruins from their 48-yard line. Irvin has been under control for the entirety of this first half, the sophomore Ballard quarterback. And Weich with the call again, and Frazier slips down from his D-in spot for the stop.
Great job there by Frazier. As you said, he was able to slip the line, get down, make the stop for no gain there. And I'll tell you what, again, just huge plays here. Station want to try to get their offense back on the field one more time. Chris, you don't want to think about this if you're Station, but second half, limited possessions. You can't put yourself farther behind than you are now.
Well, this is a big play because I think Station perhaps could call timeout here to save some clock if it becomes third down and long. Just over 4 minutes in this very chilly second quarter is Edlin trying to spring outside, and he has a seam and a first, and Edlin down at the 33 and a big Ballard first down.
Yeah, they went to the Wildcat again, was able to hand that ball off to Edlin. Weich got the snap, able to hand it off. And I tell you what, I think Station's trying to focus in on Weich there. But then Edlin, that speed just got to the outside for, as you said, a huge first down.
Gain of 18 as the Bruins continuing to move the ball down the field.
We're going to stay in the Wildcat.
Can't say enough about the play calling by Coach Adrian Morton and staff as Edlin this time to the near side, and the play strung out for no gain.
Yeah, Frazier right in there again. He's having a big night on the defense. They're not having a whole lot of luck stopping him, but he was able to stop him there.
So second down and 9. I think the same scenario may come into play here. If Station can make it third down and long, they may want to consider a timeout to preserve some time as we slide under 3 minutes in this first half.
Yeah, try to get that ball back at all costs if you can.
High snap, and Weich plowing across the 30.
It's like Station's actually going to let the clock run and maybe just not put more time there. We'll have to give Coach Morton a shout out. He and I are both alumni of Henry Clay High School in Lexington, so right. So you got to have something positive there. But I'm with you, Chris. He's just called a whale of a ball game tonight. He had his team ready. He had a game plan, and right now they're working it to perfection.
It took Coach a little while to get things going here at Ballard, but this program clearly headed in the right direction. Second straight year this program has been in the state semifinals. Third down and a nickel from the 29. Irvin looking to the near sideline, incomplete. Great shadow coverage by Zay White.
Yeah, good job out there. And I tell you what, I think that snap was a little bit earlier than anyone thought it was going to come back. And almost had a little bit of trouble there, but he was able to get rid of that ball quickly and go ahead and throw it out of bounds. Now a big 4th down again.
Well, that stops the clock at 1:59. And a Ballard timeout will keep things here on what is a critical play call for both teams on 4th down and 5.
Yeah, and we've seen it 2 different times on 4th downs. Ballard's been able to run the ball for the first down, one a quarterback scramble, and the other would give the ball to White. So, if you're stationed, you've got a pretty good idea that they're going to run it, but in the same time, they also, from about this same point, threw a long touchdown pass the last drive. But as you said, Chris, right now, 4th down, 6 yards, boy, could get a huge stop, get your offense back on the field. Man, if you can make a turnover here or a turnover on downs and then go down and put some points on the board, this game has a totally different vibe going into halftime.
So an open playbook for Ballard from the station 30. 2 receivers, top to bottom, with Ethan Hetty in the near side slot. And Weich to the right of Irvin. And Irvin rolling. He's going to flip it, and that ball is caught. Stevens, a clever run for a first down as he slides up to the 18-yard line, and Ballard 3 for 3 on 4th down.
Well, I tell you what, you got to give Irvin all kinds of credit on that one. He came out to his left, didn't find anyone, ran back across the field here, and then finds the receiver, hits him on the run, and you said a nice run to split the defenders to get him there for a first down.
The Bruins perfect on 4th down tonight. And the drive continues inside the station red zone.
Station jumped off sides again there.
Offsides against the defenders.
Boy, oh boy. So 5 free ones.
Yeah, looks like Lamont Brown that time just got a little overzealous, and he's come out, and coaches were talking to him about it. Just what a huge play that is to give him, as you said, 5 free yards going down towards the end zone.
So, again, the Bruins will have the football to start the second half as well. A huge defensive stand needed for Station. At the 11, and Weich to the right. Weich in again.
Got a flag, but it's very late. It's going to be interesting to see if it's going to be a hold. Looks like it is. Holding on Ballard. Maybe why he was able to jump outside so quickly, but yeah, they called that holding there. Let's see if that gives Bryan Station's defense more life.
Holding against the Bruins.
So a 10-yarder, and it's going to be taken back to the 21. So first down and about 13.
Again, though, big play here for Station's defense. You got by with that one. Now you've got to make something happen.
Trips to the bottom of your screen. The Speedy Thompson in the slot is Irvin.
Oh,
that ball is loose, and Irvin able to scoop it up at the 42-yard line.
Boy, he got very, very lucky. That ball was able to fall right back into his hands. And Chris, that just could have been a huge play. He drops back here, and just the ball slips out of his hands, and it just comes right back up to him. Just a huge, huge play there for the Bryan Station defense. They're going to call a timeout now and kind of talk about this.
That looked like Javon Frazier as we try to take another look. 34 looks like coming around the edge.
Yes. And he just all kinds of pressure there. But, boy, what a fortuitous bounce to get that ball back.
So after the hold negates the touchdown rush from Weich, 1st and 14 becomes 2nd down and 28.
Second and a long way. But again, if you're Ballard, you just don't want to make any mistakes here. You just don't want to turn that ball back over. You know, you got the 14-3 lead, but right now that's something for Station to build on right there. They're able to get a little bit of pressure back there. Almost had the turnover, but I tell you what, big play here.
Got about a 5-year-old little boy looking up at us, beneath us, and just mesmerized with what's going on up here. Great to see a lot of kids beneath us at this game this evening.
Yeah, they have them out on the track. They have them, out everywhere. It's great to see. On a cold night, we talked about it, Chris, the crowd started off a little bit low, but right now the students have really showed up for Ballard. The Station people are here, so a lot of folks out here enjoying this game.
Holiday weekend in Louisville, second down and long. Both teams one timeout remaining in their half.
Going back to shotgun.
And there's White picking his way up the field, and White still on his feet, needed 28, and he's going to get about 20.
Yeah, I tell you what, that's just a huge play there. Station just having all kinds of trouble with that Wildcat. It's either White, and they're going to have to go fast here.
So we're going to get back to live action here on a quick 3rd down and 8 as White dancing to the near side. And stood up, going to be short of a first down.
Yeah, really smart play there by Station to hold him up as long as you can. So now we're going to be 4th down. I would say be surprised if they don't go with a field goal here, but maybe not.
It'll be a Ballard timeout. Yes, White powering for those extra yards.
Yeah, I tell
on the near sideline.
Very impressive. And again, that Wildcat has just really paid dividend because you have Weiss in there who could take it, or he can hand that ball off to Edlin. And right now, Station just can't decide which way to go there. Going to be interesting on this kick. We watched in the pregame. Kicking from about 30 yards was about as far as he could go. The wind's blowing against him right now.
4th down and 6 as the Bruins will attempt a Colton Abbott field goal.
One receiver out wide just to see if anyone was going to cover him.
Be a 30-yard try. Abbott on the year, 4 of 7 with a long of 28. Again, this from 30. Barnett, the holder. And a whistle, and I believe Station. There was a whistle before that play.
It's going to be interesting to see what they're going to call. Station
we also
did
have a
jump.
flag.
Yep, Station jumped. Oh, boy.
So we can take another look on 4th down and 6. A little bit late on the replay.
They flexed just a little bit. Got in there, got the block again. With 3 seconds, though, you're going to have to go ahead and kick it again. But, boy, I tell you what, you talk about just what could have been a huge turn of events there.
So 4th and 6. Looks like we'll become 4th down and 1 again. Ballard, no timeouts with just 3 seconds left in the half.
They're going to I think they're going to try to get time maybe back up on. 10 seconds.
There you go.
Yeah, because that was going to be a dead ball penalty there. So it's like that play didn't happen at all. So now you go from a 30 to a 25-yard field goal.
This certainly well within Abbott's range. As Abbott tries to make it a 14-point game.
Coach Hawkins wants a movement penalty on them and didn't get it.
And Abbott, there is a flag thrown in the end zone.
That's going to be a delay of game. Well, these last 10 seconds, Chris, are going to take as long as the half did here. They're going to go back 5 more yards.
So 5-yard infractions first on Station, followed by a Ballard miscue. So Abbott again from 30 to try to extend the lead late in quarter 2. And Abbott's kick is off to the left.
That's where he missed in the pregame, too. Everything seemed to go short and left, and that's what happened there. So, Station, you go in 14-3, but right here you can see, again, just doesn't quite have the leg here from 30 yards and just goes off to the side, the left side, and just did not have enough leg to get it in there. We talked about it again. Looked like 27-28 his long for the year, and then tonight you have to factor in that win. So I'd be surprised if Station tries anything here. I think you just go in down 14-3 and see if you can talk your way out of this game into going into the second half and changing some things up.
Coming up at the half, we'll update you on local scores around the area. Also, some first half highlights, as well as stats presented by Ruoff Mortgage. And Station will take a knee, and that's going to take us to the turn. Ballard 14, Bryan Station 3, 6A semifinal from Louisville. And Rick and I have more coverage right after this on Glycod.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time. While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
I love Head Start.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teacher, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
With Fast Signs, see the visual possibility in your business. See it in lights and flags, on a van, in metal, on the floor, in color. With signs and graphics, you can say anything, do anything, be anything. So make your statement. With your masterful team of visual marketing experts, anything is possible. Fast Signs, make your statement.
Did you know that Cartown Kia has one of the largest pre-owned inventories in the region? And did you know that we source vehicles from all over the country? Not only will we pay top dollar for your trade, we'll buy from you even if you don't buy from us. So stop in today for a quick and easy appraisal, and while you're here, check out the new Kias arriving daily. There's never been a better time to upgrade your ride. Visit Cartown Kia or shop anytime at cartownkiausa.com.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something at school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by IBEW Local 369. Find out about their apprenticeship and training programs that help you earn while you learn. IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential.
A very impressive Ballard first half as we welcome you back to Louisville. Chris LeBar, Rick Reams, Joe O'Mellan on camera tonight, and the Bruins in control from the get-go.
Yeah, this game, I tell you what, Bryan Station started off with the ball. Bruins put pressure on Cutright. He made an ill-advised, just kind of threw it towards the sidelines, got the interception, and then from then they've not looked back to take this 14-3 lead. Chris, the one thing I see is huge fourth down conversions for Ballard, and Station's not been able to do it.
Yeah, Ballard 3 for 3 on fourth down. We will update the halftime stats and have those for you in a moment. Scoring summary presented by Community Action Council. And Journey White on a big fourth down rush, got it going for Ballard.
Yeah, I tell you what, again, just impressive night for him. Take it from 9 yards, get in the end zone, get that 7-0 lead.
Alpha Seca, 17-yard touchdown reception followed, and then Station on a late field goal from Zach Gentry, 28 yards out. It is a 14-3 Ballard lead, but they squandered an opportunity late in the second quarter.
They did. I tell you what, they had a touchdown call back from a holding call. Then they had a couple of big plays. Then had back-to-back penalties for field goal attempt from 30 yards out, and just was not able to get it. Missed it wide to the left and short. And so, again, they squandered that opportunity. So if you're Bryan Station, Coach Hawkins, he's got to build on something, and that's what I would build on. They had the opportunity to be up 2 touchdowns against us. They failed. Let's make them pay for that, even though the Ballard gets the ball to start the second half.
Bryan Station had 0 impact through the air. A couple of nice rushes. Cutright got one loose, perhaps double-figure yardage. But other than that, Ballard has controlled the line of scrimmage.
Oh, yeah, Ballard has they've been the difference. Their line has just really stacked it up in there, rushing, passing, just not able to get any offense going. A very, very impressive game plan, both offensively and defensively, by this Ballard coaching staff.
It is a very chilly evening. There you see some of the folks that traipsed down from Lexington. Very cold evening here. Week 14 state semifinal. Up next, we'll have more coverage. Central Kentucky high school football. Be right back right after this on Glycod.
New recruit? Take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity. It's about the best I can put it.
The cost of school is free, actually. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every two weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training. So you're getting paid to do your job.
You can start off with absolutely no knowledge, and they're going to give you the tools and the foundation to build up from there.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable, and they care about actually making sure you understand the information that they're presenting to you.
So I know that when I go to motor control, Wayne he's passionate about motor control, and he wants you to get it.
But it's really not like school. It's they're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field. So you're able to implement what you're learning almost on the fly. And sometimes you're learning more things in the field. By the time you get into the classroom, it's like, oh, I already know this.
They break the class down into smaller groups on your class day.
If you need help, you can easily look at whoever's sitting next to you and ask them for help. You know, everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself. This is an organization of brothers and sisters all working together to accomplish a common goal. We work together in the field, and then we become friends on the outside, and it's almost like a family organization at that point.
Nobody I've ever worked with has referred to this job as a job. I went from a job to a life-changing career. So coming out of the apprenticeship program, you can go into a variety of directions with your work. You can become a foreman. You can do motor controls at a manufacturing facility. You can specialize in fire alarm.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
So if you're the kind of person that likes to think things through or see how things work on the inside.
Someone that's detail-oriented, motivated.
I've always seen myself as a hands-on person. Being in an apprenticeship, I'm getting my associate's degree, doing electrical, and being able to do something hands-on.
If you like to build things, this is the place.
it requires you to grow up, be accountable for yourself, because they're going to lay out tools to help you be successful, but it's up to you to grab those tools and build yourself.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job. You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football on Glycod.
Welcome back to Ballard High School. Tonight's halftime stats presented by Traditional Bank. Who you bank with matters. Certainly tilted to the right, is it not?
Yeah, I mean, those numbers pretty well tell the story. There's not, sometimes numbers lie, but tonight it's not the case. With the 14-3 lead for Ballard, you can tell they've been all offense. They've done everything, and then their defense has answered the call against this great Bryan Station running team, held them for 35 yards. I tell you what, just an overall dominant performance in this first half. But if you're Station, one thing you have to look at, if you look at those numbers and you can say we're only down 14-3, we got something to build on.
And really one play offensively from getting back in this game.
Yeah, play offensively, and then, Chris, let's not forget the offsides on the block field goal at the end of the half would have been a touchdown. But, again, you can build from that. Right now, you're not out of this game. This game is not out of hand.
Some individual numbers for Ballard. Journey White, 13 totes, 68 yards, and a score. Damari Edlin, 7 rushes for 34 yards, including a long of 18. Quarterback Larry Irvin, a sophomore, 6 of 9, 57 yards, and a touchdown. And he's done everything Ballard has put on his shoulders.
Yeah, done a really good job. We talked about the fact that even when he made a mistake on that pass, he was able to get the fumble back, was able to get him in the right position, was able to move the ball down the field. One nice long touchdown pass there. But I'm really impressed also with the Wildcat formation they're running right now with Weiss and Edlin in there, just two different types of running backs. And Weiss is making a decision whether to hand it off or run it himself, which is in a Wildcat. Usually the guy that gets the snap usually takes the ball.
Alpha Seca for Ballard, 2 catches, 23 yards and a score. Maurice Stevens, 2 for 13. Journey White, 1 for 14. And Dalen Thompson actually caught that pass. Really wasn't even intended for him, but he caught it. 1 catch for 7 yards. For Station, Kalen Washington, 7 rushes, 27 yards. Trenton Cutright, 2 for 6. Bayou Behi Bennett, 1 rush, actually the first rush of the game for no yards. He was hurt, and then off the field he went.
Yeah, and we saw that last week. I was worried about him, was so excited to see him out there in this half, and then got the ball that first time, like you said, and then just got hurt and just has not been back in the game. And that's kind of the two-headed sword that Station had before, that for 2 straight weeks just has not been available.
Trenton Cutright, 1 for 6, an interception, and Damon Green, the lone Station reception for 3 yards. Somehow the defenders have to move the ball through the air.
What you're going to have to do is you have to remind your offense who they are, where they've been all year. They've been able to come up with big pass plays when needed, and tonight they're going to have to do that. But you talked about it, Chris. The one thing we didn't talk about were the number of dropped interceptions that Ballard had. 2, possibly 3, almost right there in their hands that they dropped. So Cutright's got to make better decisions in the second half.
The winner on to the 6A state championship game next Saturday, 4 o'clock at Kroger Field, opposite the winner of Douglas and Trinity. That game right now at half, Trinity on top 7-0. We'll step aside. More coverage from Louisville when we come right back on Glycod.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
First responders do the incredible. They help save lives. And so can you by donating at CSL Plasma. Your plasma donation can help create 24 critical life-saving medicines. And you can be rewarded for your generosity. Every plasma donation can do so much for so many. Do the amazing. Help save lives. Donate plasma today at your local CSL Plasma Center.
Let's get real. For a lot of people, 4 years of college might as well be $1 million. With us, you can get a certificate in a matter of months and start a career right away. College for the real world. College for your world.
I'm your overly competitive brother. Psych, and I'm about to steal this game from you, just like I stole Kelly Carter in high school, huh? Foul! And now you're ready to settle a score. Game over. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, well, you can end up paying for all this yourself. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me. Thanks, bro. Take a lap, rookie.
Contact Louisville and Lexington Allstate agent Thomas Allen for a quote today. You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
14-3 Ballard lead at the half, and the Bruins will have the football. We come back, second half next on Glycod.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
First responders do the incredible. They help save lives. And so can you by donating at CSL Plasma. Your plasma donation can help create 24 critical life-saving medicines. And you can be rewarded for your generosity. Every plasma donation can do so much for so many. Do the amazing. Help save lives. Donate plasma today at your local CSL Plasma Center.
Let's get real. For a lot of people, 4 years of college might as well be $1 million. With us, you can get a certificate in a matter of months and start a career right away. College for the real world. College for your world.
I'm your overly competitive brother. Psych, and I'm about to steal this game from you, just like I stole Kelly Carter in high school, huh? Foul! And now you're ready to settle a score. Game over. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, well, you can end up paying for all this yourself. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me. Thanks, bro. Take a lap, rookie.
Contact Louisville and Lexington Allstate agent Thomas Allen for a quote today. You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
(14-3) Ballard at the half as we get set for the second half tonight in Louisville. Chris Labar and Rick Reams. And Rick, what's the formula for Station to get back in this game?
Well, first of all, you don't want to forget everything you've done up to this year. You cannot have a totally new playbook come out right now. But what you have to do is you have to go back to your fundamentals. You have to talk to your offensive linemen about getting blocked. You've got to talk to your quarterback, Trent Cutright, about making wise decisions out here. And then also what you've got to do is you've got to see if you can get Washington going one way or the other. They had one good play on a 4th down to get him outside to get that first down. But I tell you what, right now, again, you can't reinvent the wheel. You've just got to sharpen it up.
So Ballard will have the football to start the second half. Their last appearance in the state championship back in 1984. KHSAA Hall of Famer Bob Redman, coach of the Bruins at that time, and Station trying to get back to the title match for the first time since 1999. So a lot at stake for both of these proud programs.
Yeah, Chris, I lived about 3 miles down the road here in Prospect when I was in dental school back in the early 80s. And at that time, we were talking about Ballard. What a great program. But I'm going to tell you what, this field and everything looks a little bit different than it did back then. Just a beautiful place to play football, a beautiful press box. As you said, thank you so much to the Ballard Athletics for allowing us to come down here and call this game. But, boy, Chris, I tell you what, you could have told me it was 14-3, and I would have thought that would have gone the other direction. But tonight, Ballard has come out and they've put on a show, but you got to do that for 2 halves. This right here is for the state championship game.
Maurice Stevens back to return for the Bruins as Zach Gentry will kick it away for the defenders. Welcome aboard, all you watching around the Commonwealth and elsewhere tonight, as Stevens gathers at the 8. And Stevens picks his way across the 20, brought down at the 25-yard line.
I'm not sure how many times we can say this, Chris, but this first drive is going to be huge for this Bryan Station defense. See if they can get a stop, because even when they've gotten the one stop tonight, Ballard was able to move the ball all the way down the field and take time off the clock. And right now, possessions are going to be the key for this Station team. How many times can you get the ball?
Bruins 154 total yards in the first half, and they'll go back to work. Journey Weich, such a huge part of this program for 4 years, and he is the back behind Larry Irvin. Now to the right of Irvin on 1st down and 10. The pass out in the flat. That's Dalen Thompson, and Thompson down the sled, and a pickup up to the 37-yard line.
Yeah, great job of blocking out there for Thompson once he got the ball. But Ethan Heedy is out there just making a great block to spring him open on that little flanker screen. Watch the block right there. Knocks him all the way back to the 20-yard line for a big first down gain.
That's a huge play out of the chute for Ballard on the first play from scrimmage in this second half. We'll have it at the 38. And Weich tries to cut it back inside, and Station beautifully a shoestring tackle back at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, was able to hold him up and make that tackle. Really good job there by Station to get that big stop. I think it was Jason Hawker who came through there and was able to sling him down, but hold on to him and just try to get that loss of a couple yards there.
Hawker, an Akron commit. Here's a 2nd down and a dozen as Weich again slung down for back-to-back negative plays.
Boy, that's what you want to see if you're Station. Come out there. At the time, Jalen Berry was back. A couple defenders were back in the backfield to meet him.
So J.T. Haskins Sr., the Station defensive coordinator, dialing up back-to-back run blitzes. It'd be 3rd down and long.
Huge 3rd and long. You just cannot give up this first down here. Station needs to put some pressure on the quarterback back there, but also make sure that you don't overrun this. Let him either scramble or Weich get a open run there.
Ballard 2 of 6 tonight on 3rd down. As Irvin faces pressure, and it's incomplete as Thompson darted inside, the ball thrown out to the left.
Yeah. Huge first series for Station's defense there. They've done their job. Now, what can the offense do?
It was Isaiah Watts in coverage. Is Irvin 1 for 2 on that drive? Noah Barnett on to punt for the second time. And Station will try to ignite this special teams play, which has been such a key for them this year. It's Barnett, a high punt, but short, and it's gathered at the 40-yard line. And Jordan Haskins, a big recovery up to the Ballard 39.
Big play there. I tell you what, like you said, did a really good job. That's one of those, a lot of times you'll let that ball go and it'll just keep on rolling backwards. He was able to stop it, get up the field, get a lot of yardage there for Bryan Station, get their offense going.
That's 2 huge punt returns in this game for Station. The first from Isaiah Watts in the middle segment of the second quarter. That led to a field goal. And now Station will have it on the Ballard side of the marker at the 39.
But your key is now your offense has to do something with this ball, Chris. You've got to set the precedence on this drive.
2 receivers. Check that 3 to the bottom of your screen is cut right. Back to throw, and he's going for all the marbles down the far sideline, intended for J.T. Haskins Jr.
Yeah, Station's coaches yelling for an interference call there, but they're not going to get it.
Second down.
That time they left Washington in, kept him in to block, and gave Cutright a lot more time to throw. There was a lot of contact down there, but not going to get that call. But that's one of those, they're still talking to the officials right now. Sometimes that pays dividends later on down in the game. Put a little bug in their ear.
Looked like Connor Johnson out there in coverage. And it's second down and 10 from the 50.
Oh, there's a penalty, Chris.
Oh, dear.
Where's first and 20?
Okay, well, didn't see that hanky. So first down and 20 is Cutright, zinks it across, and Frazier drops it in the middle of the seam.
Boy, I tell you what, he was wide open. That's really the first pass play they've had tonight down the field where he had his receiver open, and Frazier just could not hold on to it. It was a little bit high, but boy, when that hits your hands, you got to bring that in. So second and 20.
Second down.
Frazier has caught 23 balls on the year, and that was a perfect pass by Cutright. So second down and long after the penalty on first down. Washington tucks it up for a couple, and it's third down and very lengthy.
Well, I tell you what, you just don't want to squander the opportunity you had. First of all, you got that big penalty that took it back from the 40 all the way back to midfield, but now you've got third and 19.
Unable thus far, his station to get Kalen Washington going.
No, he just has not been able to. Had one big run, and that was all he had on that fourth down play. But other than that, they've really bottled him up.
It's third down and long from the Ballard 49. Oh, boy, Cutright finally able to preserve possession.
Yeah, the second bad snap tonight. The first one he was able to really get a hold of it, but that one over his head, and now Station with all that promise, they're going to have the first drive, take it downfield, get something going, and just went backwards the entire drive.
Fourth down.
Loss all the way back to the 40.
Stevens back.
Fourth down and 29. As Gentry just does get it out, he'll steer it to the near sideline, and it'll trickle down the Ballard 26.
Yeah, that time again, the cold weather, I think Gentry even dropped that ball, was able to pick it up, get a good punt. But, boy, now you're asking your defense. They got one stop to come back out and do the same thing. Be interesting to see if Coach Haskins, again, is going to kind of wind up that pressure and see if they can just keep on getting in the backfield.
Bruins offense with a first down. Their first drive of this third quarter. So both teams have possessed it one time, both teams with a punt. And the Bruins
Back in the Wildcat.
They sure are. Is Edlin on the near side, and that ball is loose at the 20-yard line and in to the 5-yard line is Bryan Station with the scoop. It's Jason Hawker.
I tell you what, there was a little bit of miscommunication on that handoff and then the hit to cause that fumble. And boy, Station, they have got to do something now, Chris. I sound like a broken record, but every opportunity they've squandered. But boy, that one really a huge play there.
So Jason Hawker with the near scoop and score, but he'll take it down to the 5-yard line.
And Chris, on the last series, they almost were able to get the ball out of Weich's hands, so that time they were able to. A huge turnover.
Hawker's third fumble recovery of the season. His cut right is under center. And Washington to the near side. Trying to negotiate his way up the near sideline, and he's short of the boundary.
Should be right out at about the 1-yard line, if not the half-yard line there.
Washington on the carry, gain of 4.
Up to the 1.
Second to go from the 1.
The Ballard coaches next to us, they're all at the window hollering what they want done.
Second down and goal from the 1. And Washington in! And a touchdown for Station.
Just huge turn of events there. We talked about it. Station had to punt the ball after the bad snap, after the penalty. One play, we're able to get that recovery, scoop down to the 5-yard line, put it in the end zone. And I'll tell you what, this is a totally different game now, Chris.
Jason Hawker with the play of the evening thus far, setting up a Station score. And too early to chase a point as Philip Hawkins will send on Zach Gentry, who is perfect on PATs this year. And it's 14-10. Station on the board in this second half. More coverage from Louisville when we come right back.
It's your season to save on our incredible selection of new Kias from Cartown Kia. You can't beat the powerful design of the new 2024 Sportage.
It's your choice. The new 2023 Kia Sportage, just $349 down and $349 per month, or the new 2023 Kia Sorento, just $349 down and $349 per month.
Unmatched design, performance, and savings all in one at Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Cartown Kia. Visit their showroom at 3120 Lexington Road in Nicholasville, or browse their inventory at CartownKiaUSA.com. Cartown Kia, movement that inspires.
Kalen Washington, his 16th rushing touchdown of the season as Thompson trying to return it outside for Ballard, tripped up at the 24. So we take another look, Rick, at this Hawker fumble recovery.
Yeah, take a look here. The handoff there, couldn't quite get it, and then that ball just squirts out, and like you said, Hawker comes all the way down, gets it down to the 5-yard line. 2 plays later, Station goes into the end zone, and their coaches, they were pumped up. The players are pumped up. The sidelines over there, Bryan Station's fans, this is a different atmosphere right now. Bryan Station felt like they just couldn't get anything going, and boy, that turnover just has changed things right now.
Well, and really for the first time, Ballard staring at some adversity. We'll see how they handle it here on their own 25-yard line.
They have gone to the Wildcat a bunch tonight. It looks like just with looks like the way they're lining up, they're going to go Wildcat again.
Weish and Edlin in the backfield with Edlin to the left of Weich. And Weich hangs onto it himself, trying to bounce it outside. And Isaiah Watts cannot get through Weich, and Weich picks up a first down.
Boy, I tell you what, he was tackled about 3 times in the backfield, but a great job getting outside, then used his speed to get the first down. So they're not going to go away from that Wildcat until Bryan Station can stop it. And right now, looks like they're going to go the same way.
And Weich really able to get past Watts, who was in very good position.
Yeah, he was. Urban's not, with this Wildcat, Urban's not even in the game. We can see him on the sideline there. So, again, if you're Station, you're pretty sure they're not going to pass the ball, but you've got to make those tackles in the backfield where you had at that time.
Alpha Seca A touchdown reception already tonight lined up at the bottom of your screen for Ballard as Hetty is in motion. And this time White tries his luck to the near side, and he is brought down by a congregation of defenders.
Great job there by the Bryan Station defense to get in the backfield. You know, the last time they weren't able to get the tackle, that time they did. A huge loss of 6 or 7 yards. Going to be interesting to see what kind of, if they're going to have to bring Urban back, and here he comes back in. Yeah, you can't go back to the Wildcat. You're way behind the sticks now, 2nd and long. Another huge opportunity for the Bryan Station defense.
From the 33, so officially a loss of 4. 2nd and 14 on the Ballard menu. White to the left is Irvin. Stares against the blitz, trying to find Stevens, and no flag. It's incomplete.
Just threw it just a little bit short, boy. Station really got lucky there because that time he was Haskins. He didn't turn his head, and a lot of times the officials will call that on you, call you for face guarding there. He didn't turn it back, but the ball was thrown underthrown, which also made it good for Station. But a huge 3rd down, 14 here. If Station can force a punt and get their offense back on the field.
From the Ballard 33-yard line. Got Jaden Shagog lined up on an island here at the bottom of your screen. Here comes a blitz against Irvin. Tries to set a screen up. A dangerous pass. There is a flag as the ball is brought down by White shy of the 40.
Maybe illegal offensive lineman down the field. They went way down. If they do that, they'll decline that penalty, force a 4th down. Should be a punt. Yeah, ineligible.
You're batting 1,000 tonight on penalties, partner.
Well, you know, I don't know what the saying is, but even a blind something gets something, so we'll go with that. Except for right now, the referees are walking the wrong way. They're going to need to turn around and walk the other way. I think they're going to call it a spot foul from where it is. But, you know, on a play like that where you see that it takes a long time for the screen pass to come out, and right now they're talking about it. I think they're going to decline this penalty. That's exactly what I would do also. Don't give them another opportunity. Make them punt that ball. But, yeah, clearly an offensive lineman down the field, probably 4 of them down the field early.
So Noah Barnett on to punt again, his 3rd punt of the evening. And Barnett, a high but short kick, bounces at the 35. And it's going to trickle down to the 25.
So now Station's offense has 75 yards to go down the field, but let's see if that last score really kind of gets this offense in motion.
And the clock has continued to run here for no reason as it still rolls.
Looks like they're going to have a penalty here
5:50
on Ballard.
There was 6:07 when that ball was blown dead at the 25, and the clock's still running. So let's hope that somebody other than us is caught on to this.
Yeah, we're down to 5 minutes, 35 seconds. The clock is still running. Not sure. I'm trying to see if Bryan Station's coaches have caught it yet, but it's still running, Chris. I'm not sure what's going on with the clock.
Yes. Let's fix this, guys. And thankfully,
the official.
It wasn't the white hat, by the way, but it was his compatriot. And thankfully, this has been diagnosed as it's blown dead at 5:18.
Because like you said, that's almost a minute and a half that has run off the clock. Be interesting to see what they're going to call. They should have the time on the field.
We're going to be here a while to get this sorted out.
So let's see what time they put back on. But, boy, you're right, Chris. It just continued to move with the penalty and everything else.
Well, let's see here.
They're trying to relay it up from the side. 5:56.
Okay.
That's better, but I still think that took off about.
No, when this game is watched this week in retrospect, this was missed because it was at least 6:07 when we look down here. But it will be a first down and 10 Station from the 15. trips to the top. Here's Washington to the short side. He slides through the hole, and he's got a first down to the 32.
Chris, momentum is an interesting thing, how that all of a sudden just changes your whole aspect. Washington, as he did last week, got vertical, was able to get through that first line of defense there, and then was able to slip all the way through up to about the 32, 17-yard gain there. He's not had that all night. This Station D offense looking totally different right now.
Jason Hawker, that big fumble recovery has just changed the complexion, as you mentioned. In this half is Cutright up in the pocket. He'll slide down for a couple.
Yeah, that was an interesting play. I think we saw last week he came up a little bit gimpy, and I think maybe that's why he did that. Looked like he could have had a couple more yards, and earlier in the year he's really good about running that. But you can see here he just goes forward about 3 yards and then just falls there just to get no gain there. So no harm, no foul.
We'll give him a yard. And another high snap. Washington breaking first contact up to about the 37. Station now stares at third and medium.
Yeah, big third down here with 4 minutes, 45 seconds left. Try to get this first down.
We've seen some snapping difficulties in these inclement conditions.
Yeah, really have. And again, a lot of that has to do with the center not being able to pay attention to his snap, trying to get his block going quickly. But right now he's got to get that ball to Cutright.
Third down and 6. Cutright zings it across, and that ball is caught for a first down. It was thrown behind Barber, and he caught it anyway.
What a great catch. We saw one in the first half where that ball was not thrown to the receiver who caught it, and that one was thrown, but it was behind him. But a great catch. He's able to stop and just turn on a dime and not only just get his hands on the ball, but get him under it and get a 1st and 10 on a huge, long third down.
Pickup of 10 on third down and 6. As Barber, his first catch of the night, his 10th on the campaign. And Station moving the sticks. Washington this time to the friendly side, and he's down the sideline, and Washington inside the 20, brought down at the 6-yard line, a gain of 38 yards.
Great job there. Trying to see, there's people back here, Chris. I think there's a flag. I saw Cutright come back and talk to the official. I'm trying to see where the flag is. Yeah, they called a hold there.
Let's take another look and see if we can pick out the infraction.
He must have called it right, almost at the line of scrimmage there, because he was able to break outside. You know, Ballard at the end of the first half, they had a touchdown call back from a hold, but boy, that ball all the way down to the 5-yard line is going to come back with a holding call for another first down for Station.
First down at 17.
It'll be 1st and 16 from
the defender 41. Fumbled again, and Cutright falls forward, and for the third time, Station will recover their own fumble.
Yeah, Cutright there. He has the option to hand that ball off, and right now Washington's telling him, I had a huge hole out here. Please give me the ball. He was very frustrated on that play, and as you said, Cutright just couldn't hold on, and I'm not sure if it's the cold temperature or what's going on, but boy, another huge mistake.
2nd and 16. Cutright down the far sideline, and great coverage by Jamison Swift, the corner.
Yeah, one thing you have to realize is the defensive man has as much opportunity to get to the ball as the offensive man. So really good coverage, was not a penalty. Great job by the official not to call that one. Long pass there, but boy, now you leave a 3rd and very long.
Pass is incomplete. Johnson on the coverage.
Third down. Station picked up their last third down. It was 3rd down and 6. This one A little more meat on the bone.
You're going to have to go about 9 or 10 yards more than that. But Station can do it. But right now, this Ballard defense really has to flex up.
Great crowd on this near sideline. Cutright dumps it short, sets up a screen, and Jordan Haskins up across the 49 to the 50.
It's an interesting decision here. It's 4th and long, but they've had some success.
Forced out of bounds by Swift.
Only Jordan's second catch of the year.
Yeah, here they come. I think I can understand thinking about it, but right now you've got Ballard's offense kind of on their heels. Try to flip the field and get your defense a chance to have another big play.
It's a disciplined decision on that far sideline.
Yeah, with your head you say go for it, but with your mind, your heart, you say let's go ahead and let's kick this ball away.
Trinity still on top of Douglas, 7-0 in the second half, as Gentry's kick may have been blocked just out of your camera shot as it inches over to the near sideline.
It's going to be a punt of about 3 yards.
See if we can take another look. I'm not sure if it went off the side of his foot.
Ballard's been able to put a lot of pressure back there. Yeah, it's hard to tell from that. I mean, it's good camera coverage. You just can't, it's not close enough. But at this point, it doesn't really matter. It was about a net kick of about 3 yards there. So that's one of those where you kick yourself and said, well, I guess we could have gone for it, but you sure wouldn't have thought that would happen.
So Ballard from their 49. And Weich springs it out to the right. Nice coverage and then a great tackle in space by Watts.
Yeah, Watts did a really good job there. That time, with a running back like that, you go low, try to take his feet out instead of trying to tackle him high and let him shake you off. And did a great job. Watch him. He just moves outside, and then goes and takes the feet out from under him.
Rick, there are so many great players on this defense, but he stands out on that back seven.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you see him all over the field. He missed one tackle earlier. He doesn't miss them very often, but just makes big play after big play.
Gain of 1. Under 2 in the third. Thompson. And backside pursuit will take Thompson to the turf at the 47. And it's 3rd down and about 6.
And we know one thing, Ballard is not shy about going for it on 4th down. So, they are on their side of the field right now. You want to get a first down, but if not, it'll be interesting to see which decision they make. But Bryan Station, if you're their defense, boy, you sure want to make them make that decision. Try to get a big play here. I wouldn't be surprised to see that ball going to Weiss again. Try to get him down and see if you can make them make a decision on 4th down.
Lone score in this second half. Kalen Washington, a 1-yard touchdown rush after a Jason Hawker scoop. In advancement to the Bruin 5. It's 3rd and 5. And Irvin confines ahead as he's got a first. And a critical 3rd down rush in advancement for Ballard.
Yeah, I tell you what, he made the wise decision to go out to that right side and was able to have an open field and got a big first down. And they brought Weiss up the middle for a pass, and I think Station bid on that. And then there was no containment out there. Was able to get a big first down there with 52 seconds left in this quarter. They're going to go back with Wildcat because they have Irvin coming out. He's holding that shoulder a little bit too, Chris. He took that hit and came down trying to shake it off. But one good thing is they've been doing the Wildcat all night, so even if he has to stay out until the end of this quarter, he'll be fine.
From the Station 38, Edlin the decoy, and Weich dragging defenders for a pair up to the Bryan Station 38.
16 seconds left. I would say that we're going to take this one to the 4th quarter with a 1-score game, Chris. You can't ask for a whole lot more than that.
So 2nd down and 8. When we come back, 3rd quarter in the books and a 14-10 Ballard lead. So glad to have you with us tonight on Glycod. 12 minutes left from Louisville.
Martin family has been in the trucking industry for over 3 generations. My grandfather started this company selling salvage parts in the 1960s, and we're celebrating over 20 years as a Peterbilt dealer. Although we've grown and changed over the years, our focus has always been on you. We get it. When your truck's down, you're not making money. That's why we keep thousands of quality parts in stock so you can get back on the road as soon as possible. At Martin's Peterbilt, relationships matter, and that's why we've been around for generations. Come see us.
Let's get real. You could go to work right after high school, but spend a little time with us and we'll give you a better chance to do more, be more, and earn more. College for the real world. College for your world.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football on Glycod.
Chris Labar, Rick Reams, Joe O'Melion, our camera operator tonight. Ballard, 2nd down and 8 from the Bryan Station 38 as we welcome you back. Winner will take on the winner of Douglas and Trinity next week. 4 o'clock Saturday at Kroger Field for the 6A state championship game. 2 receivers to the top. And Weich kept it himself, and Weich with a seam and a big first down.
Tell you, they had him in the backfield again, Chris. When we get a look at this again, I tell you what, they had him stacked up back there. Weich does such a good job. He doesn't panic. He bounces it outside right there. 2 people had him, bounces it outside, gets down to the 24, 25-yard line for Ballard, and now they're bringing Irvin back in right now, so his shoulder must be okay. But, boy, this station defense, who's had such a great third quarter, have got to come up with some kind of stop here.
Weich had 70-plus yards in the first half on the ground. You'd have to think he's eclipsed 100 for the game.
For sure.
And Station trying to limit the damage on this drive. It's 1st down and 10 from the Bryan Station 27. Irvin sets up a screen, and Secca threading the needle across the 21 to the 19-yard line.
I tell you what, Chris, that's one play to look at, though. I tell you, as this game goes a little bit further, Irvin has a really bad habit of just turning and throwing that ball and not looking. With this station, with the defensive backs they have, they may well be able to jump that route one time.
Gain of about 5. Secca, his 3rd catch of the evening, does have a touchdown reception. And it's 2nd down and a nickel from the 20. Both teams 3 timeouts remaining. Oh my. Station could not time their blitz.
Yeah, 3rd time tonight they've done that.
Offsides against Bryan Station. 5-yard penalty results in a Ballard first down.
And there are some penalties that are more important, more critical than others, and that one a backbreaker because it's a 5-yarder and a 1st down.
Yeah, you go ahead and just shoot yourself in the foot again. There, you could tell, you're right. They were going for an all-out blitz there, tried to time that snap, just couldn't do it, got off sides and gave them a 1st down.
From the 15, Ballard trying to make this a 2-score game, nearing the 10-minute mark. And Irvin leaving it with Weich. And Weich for no gain.
No gain.
Now, this is one of those with Station's defense. If you can't get a turnover, at least force them to try to kick a field goal. As you said, that will at least keep it a 1-possession game. But, boy, with Weich in the backfield back there, you're going to have to make a decision on what you're going to do. It looks like they're going to go Wildcat right now.
Keep in mind, the Bruins with a freshman kicker been a little shaky at times. He's 4 of 8 on the year, and that may come into play on this drive. We'll see. From the 15, it's 2nd down and 10. And Weich himself, the carrier. And Weich breaks a tackle. Touchdown!
I'm not sure how many times Bryan Station has had Weich in the backfield. Takes it in from 15 yards out. Boy, that may be the nail in the coffin there. I'll tell you what. Just had him tied up in the backfield. He breaks loose. No one to touch him after that.
His 2nd touchdown of the evening And the lead at 10 as Ballard answers a station touchdown in the second half.
Boy, I tell you what, that Wildcat has been the difference tonight.
Abbott on as Barnett holds. And that kick is going to be up and in. It wasn't pretty, but Ballard on top, 21-10. A huge station drive when we come right back.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job. You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
White in for his second touchdown of the evening. This time Ricky broke a key tackle.
Yeah, they had him in the backfield, were able not to tie him up there. And then he just, like I said, after that stop, able to walk it in. That Wildcat has paid huge dividends tonight for Ballard.
2-score game. Station has never led in this game. Ballard really has controlled much of it. And now the defenders must string 2 scores to get back to level par. A hooking kick. Perhaps it starts here. And Green threads the needle across the 30 to the 31.
Tell you what, let's give credit where credit's due. This Ballard kickoff team has done just a great job of containing this high-powered return team for Station. But Station, with 9 minutes, 12 seconds, I mean, you don't have to make everything happen in one play, but you got to get down the field quickly because Ballard is able just to do with their running game, they can run a lot of clock off.
And really through the air, Station, their passing game been a non-factor for the most part this evening.
It sure hasn't, and sometimes that's so hard to get it going.
And the 32, cut right to Washington. Washington, 5-yard pickup on first down.
Yeah, better job that time. Really, Ballard's defense has done a good job. Other than the past couple drives, Washington's had some big plays. But, boy, that last drive where Washington had that big run all the way down to the 5-yard line that was called back because of a holding penalty. Boy, what just a backbreaker for Bryan Station.
And cut right again, zings it across and incomplete. Tried to find Barber at the sideline.
Yeah, he was open out there, just threw it a little bit high, and boy, threw it very, very strong. But now it's third down. This is a huge play here, but as you can see, he had Barber open out there, but just put too much on that ball and threw it too far to the sidelines here.
And it is very cold and a difficult pass to catch under those circumstances for the sophomore Barber. Big play here. Washington needs 5, and well, now you're looking at fourth down and 3.
I think at this point, if I'm Station, I'm going for this one. I think you're going to have to do it. May even call a timeout here, but I don't think you have any choice. You're going to have to try to get this possession because possessions are so important now.
Fourth down and 3.
Try to draw them off sides.
We're going to have a Bryan Station timeout. We'll step aside back in 30 seconds. Fourth down and 3 when we come right back.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
4th down and 3. Final from St. Matthew's, Trinity 7, Douglas nothing.
Boy.
So the Rocks will await the winner.
And I tell you right here, Chris, this could be the season right here.
Needing 3, cut right, looking for J.T. Haskins, and it's incomplete. There's a flag.
That's a good call there, but that's one of those, that's what you have to do if you're cut right. Very smart. Throw it down the field. Hope you can get a 15-yard penalty there for the first down, but a really good play. Watch here. He buys himself a little bit of time, then he throws it long down the field, and right there just was not allowing, and I don't think that was going to be caught anyhow, but it's one of those that you don't know that as a defender, but boy. So the season's not done yet. You still have 8 minutes to go. I'm kind of surprised that game at Trinity is already over, but this one is still got stuff going, but Station has to put the ball in the end zone.
And the Ballard 46 after the pass interference. 2 receivers, top, 2 bottom, and right into the belly of Washington, and he is fed to the Wolves.
Yeah, just right back there.
Loss of 4, and Washington, as soon as he was handed the ball, smothered.
Yeah, just had nowhere to go there. I tell you what, a great job there by Cordair Atkinson. Met him in the back. He about had the ball in his hands. He was back there so quickly.
2nd down at 14. Little screen pass. Washington trying to break a tackle or 2, and he will as he scoots up the far sideline.
That's one thing we've not seen tonight is some of those screen passes out to the side to Washington. Let him use his speed and his agility and his size to run over people. It gives you a 3rd and manageable, but we know they're in 4 down territory here.
3rd down and about 6, so pickup of 8 on the screen. Ballard 42. Station gets something going through the air. Washington with a hand needs 6. 1st down, and Washington down the far sideline. Still churning down to the 11.
No flags this time. So you're going to have a 1st down here. Huge play there by Washington. Now Station, they can't mess around. They've got to get quickly in the end zone here, Chris.
Gain of 32 for Washington as the old Diesel's getting it going here in this 2nd half.
I think what you're seeing also is over time, Washington really starts wearing these defenders down, and that's what's happening for the defense for Ballard. Now Station needs to get that ball going. Still 6:50 left in the game, but boy, it's taking a long time to get this play off.
1st down and goal from the 10. Short-sided run to Washington. Washington still moving the pile. They'll blow it at about the 7.
Ball carried by Washington.
Chris just got word from Joe Cox that game's not a final yet. 4:35 left.
Oh, excuse me.
Thank you, Joe, for that information.
Well, we got a score sent in by a dear friend of the broadcast, and it game not over, so thank you for the clarification. 2nd down and goal. Cut right, rolling. Cutting back and cut right, lunging. Touchdown.
That's the cut right we've seen, Chris. Just a great play. Was able to outrun the defender, was able to get into the end zone for the touchdown. And boy, I tell you what, 6 minutes left here, 21-16. Looks like they're going to go for 2 here. Cut right's coming up a little bit gimpy here. It's a smart play, though. You go for 2 here because if you, even with extra point, but cut right's going to have to come out of the game, Chris. He's hobbling off the field.
And also, to amplify things, Station has to call timeout.
Yes.
So lots to sort out here. A big 2-point play coming up after the Trenton cut right score. We'll step aside and be right back after this.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Back to the extra point. At that point, you couldn't cut right in there.
So Station does kick the PAT as we welcome you back with 5:59 left in this fourth quarter.
So, Chris, the interesting thing is here, if cut right can't go, then you're going to have to make some decisions on how you're going to handle this. But right now, the key is the defense has to get a stop here. This game, I tell you what, just something.
So Station had to burn a timeout, leaves them with just one. 5:59 left. And Zach Gentry will kick it away for Station. A high, short kick. Fair caught at the 32-yard line by Montel Campbell.
Yeah, good play there by Campbell because, boy, I tell you what, that's one of those you call a fair catch, but, boy, you've got to watch that ball all the way in. Smart play there. So 6 minutes, you go from 9 minutes saying there's not much time left in the game. 6 minutes is a long time, but you've got to come up with some stops here if you're the defense.
Such a great game by Ballard. Wonderful play calls by Adrian Morton. He's kept the Station defense on their heels. And we'll see how aggressive he is here with the ball backed up at their 33. Bree starting to really pick up. Winner takes on the winner of Douglas and Trinity Rocks, leading 7-0 late. And Edlin across the 35.
Yep, that time they had Irvin in there, faked the handoff, kept it on the keeper again. 5:45. You made a great point, though, Chris. Bryan Station's down to just one timeout, so they got to be very, very cautious on when they use that timeout. Chris, Douglas has tied it with 13 seconds left in the game.
Second down and 8. Keep us posted, please, from the 35.
Back into the Wildcat.
Two receivers, top, one bottom. Weich conversing with Edlin, and there is a flag before the play could conceptualize.
Chris, I remember the hold at the end of the first half where it called back the touchdown, but I can't really remember many flags on the offense on Ballard, and that was a huge one there with a false start.
Take a look at the movement prior to as the linesman darts in.
They're still going to stay in that Wildcat, and what Station has to do with Weich is they've seen you've got to bottle him up. You can't just let him bounce off a tackle because he will hurt you out there.
From the 30, second down and 13. With two at the top, one at the bottom, and Weich. And we might have a Ballard timeout. We'll keep things right here as the Bruins call their first stop.
Oh, I tell you what, Chris, this is what this game should be like. End of the year, these teams trying to get to Kroger Field, 4 minutes, 46 seconds left. Just got a 5-yard penalty, so Bryan Station's defense behind the sticks. Ballard's had a great game plan all night. Right now, though, do you keep on going? You've got to make your best plays right now. No more mistakes. Interesting to see if they're going to continue in the Wildcat. No, they have Irvin back in there. At least right now he's in the huddle. So it'll be interesting to see if he stays
Well, the other factor, if Station gets the ball back, what is Cutright's physical status?
Yeah, it's one of those where you're going to have to see, do you play him even if he's hurt a little bit, or do you go with Jackson Branham, who's had some big throws in some of these games? But it looks like they're warming up someone on the far sideline. We can't see what's going on because of the players, but it looks like to me it's Branham that's warming up out there. But right now, your key is you've got to get stops here. They've gone away from the shot from the Wildcat. Irvin's back behind the center.
Trips to the near side is Irvin under heavy duress. Going to pick on Isaiah Watts. And Watts in great coverage against Dalen Thompson.
Great job there by coverage by Watts, but also a lot of pressure by Jalen Berry. Came up and was able to get the hit on Irvin. And the White Hat said something to him. I'm not sure if it was watch the late hit or if it was something was said. But so Douglas and Trinity are going into overtime. Have that heard by two different sources.
Okay, tied at 7 there. This incompletion stops the clock. 4:40 left on the timer.
Third and very long here.
Fans underneath us up on their feet. What a great high school football game tonight in Louisville. A couple of them, apparently. Is Irvin trying to be contained. He'll sing it.
Oh.
And a
boy.
Incomplete pass. There is no flag.
Wow.
J.T. Haskins Jr. with the pass breakup.
Boy, the coaches next to us are livid, and I'm not sure they're not wrong. Looks like he hit him just early. Let's take a look. Comes in right there. Whew. If nothing else, it was right on time. But, boy, what a huge play now to get this punt. And we talked about this return team from Bryan Station, the big plays they've made tonight, and they need to keep that up.
With the back-to-back incompletions, not a lot of time off that clock, so time not a factor here yet. With 4:31, Barnett on to punt. A spiraling kick guided to the right. And Station able to recover at the 35-yard line.
Boy, they tried to get him out of the way, and that ball
hit
Isaiah Watts right in the stomach, and he was able to fall on it. But, boy, that could have been a huge play. So let's see where they're going quarterback-wise.
Number 2's coming out there.
He's back in there. Willis Reed's coming back onto the field here. So
Trenton Cutright back out there for Station, and you were right. Branham appeared to be warming up on the far sideline. I thought I saw that as well. So first down and 10.
But I tell you what, the senior said, "Coach, you're not taking me out. I'm going to bring us down the field."
From the Station 35, hasn't been their best game of the year, but yet they're still in position to win with a great drive. And Cutright zings it across. There's J.T. Haskins Jr.
He could be gone.
And he will. 65 yards.
Again, you look, no flags, and he just cut across the middle. We've seen it all year. Haskins was able to get in there, get in the end zone. Trying to see what once he gets on the burners here. Tell you what, just a huge turn of events here for Bryan Station to take the lead. We didn't even know if Cutright was going to play again, Chris, and he throws a dime, and Haskins does the rest of the work.
How about the pass breakup?
Yes.
Before that play is Gentry adding one to the tally as we take another look at a 65-yard touchdown reception for J.T. Haskins Jr.
And I tell you what, Cutright had time, and he hit him right on the run. Came up. Officials are back discussing. Now, if you're Bryan Station, you're happy that the clock ran earlier in the game, but 4 minutes, 11 seconds, that's a lot of time, Chris.
See if we can dial that up one more time.
They're just a beautiful pass right on the numbers, and Haskins, once he caught it, got one block, and he was gone.
So Ballard, for the first time in this game, trailing 2 timeouts left, 4:11 to play. And again, you don't want to belabor the point, but the freshman kicker, Colton Abbott, for Ballard, 4 of 8 on the year on field goals. And we'll see if that is a storyline in the final 4:11 in this game.
Now a deep kick that time.
15-yard line, that's Journey Weich, and Weich across the 30. JT Haskins' first catch of the night, and he's given Station the lead.
23 yards on the return. Ballard starts.
Now, what does Ballard do here on this drive?
You know, you do exactly what you've done all night. You don't change anything. You've had success giving the ball to White. You have 4 minutes. You don't have to start trying to throw the ball over the field. As you said on that last drive, they threw a lot, which ended up stopping the clock, which worked into Station's favor because they only have 1 timeout left. But if I am Ballard, I'm going back to him. But right now, White is not in the backfield.
Alpha Seca, the top of your screen. As Elon, the decoys, Irvin looking for Stevens down the far sideline. Shadow coverage again by corner Zay White.
Yeah, White did a great job. He forced him out of bounds. Even if he was going to catch that ball, he was out of bounds, was not going to be able to get there. But I'm really surprised that they're going with these passes right off the bat. I would think I would try to get some yards. They're going to come back in with White right now. So tough play there, but second down, 10 yards. The Station defenders, we talked about it the whole time. They're back 7, how impressive they are, and right now they've got to come up with big stops.
Pair of receivers top, 2 more at the bottom. Irvin in the gun, facing pressure. There's a flag, a couple of penalties. And it will be an incomplete pass and an apparent hold as Frazier will be held.
Yeah, 2 defenders were actually held on that play. But, you know, sometimes as an offensive lineman, that's how you take hold, literally.
Ricky Wilson, the left tackle, did everything within his grasp, if you will, to prevent Frazier from an unevaded path.
Exactly. 3:53, second down, 20 yards, 25 yards to go. So Station right now, the defenders sideline, their cheerleaders, their crowd, they're into this game, and Ballard's trying to get their team going, but this offense has a long way to go.
From the 25. Yes, Irvin flings it out of bounds. Frazier again coming up the middle. That's Devon Frazier.
I tell you what, both Frazier boys have had a lot of success in the second half. Even Jovan in the first half was able to put pressure, but right now you're in 4-down territory, I think, if you're Ballard right here. And you can tell just by the offense, their head, they're dragging. They're really, really tired, but they're also so very frustrated. So you're going to have to try to get some yards here and then go for it on 4th down. But as we've seen all night, the long passes has not been their best option for Ballard.
The big plays for Station in this second half thus far have them +3. It's 3rd down and long, under 4 in the 4th. Irvin, he's looking for Stevens. A high pass and too much wind underneath it as it drifts out of bounds.
Yeah, I tell you what, again, huge amount of pressure. Keelan Adams back there just was able to hit his arm, and it just causes that duck to float up there. You know, I think they're going to go for it, but at this point, I'd almost be willing to just go ahead and punt that ball because you've got 25 yards on 4th down, 3 minutes, 41 seconds. That's a lifetime in this game, but they're going to go for it and see what happens. If I'm Station, I put my defenders back at the 50-yard line, which is where the 1st down is, and just say, don't let anyone get beyond you.
Again, Ballard, 2 timeouts remaining. And this certainly a critical juncture in the game for them.
Yeah, we called that last fourth down play for Station a season game, and this could be the same.
Empty set. Irvin needing 20 against a three-man rush. And he's going to heave it short. White comes back to gather it. And Station, a
Huge
turnover on
play.
downs.
That's exactly. With a young quarterback, you've got to just throw it down the field. You've got to throw it as far as you can, almost like a Hail Mary. But right now, you give Bryan Station's offense the ball back at the 35-yard line. And I tell you what, Chris, Bryan Station, they're not going to sit on this ball. They're going to try to get into the end zone here so they can have a 2-possession lead.
Might see a steady diet of Kalen Washington here with 3:26 left.
Yeah, you're exactly right. But one thing, if you're Ballard, you better watch out, because if you try to key on that, we know Haskins and some of these receivers can really hurt them, as they just did. But, boy, this Bryan Station team looked like they were done. Looked like they were headed back to Lexington. Their basketball team was going to get some of these football players back. And right now, next Saturday at 4 o'clock, Kroger Field looks like it's getting closer and closer for this Station team.
2 top, 2 bottom. And there's Washington with the tote, stay in bounds, and he will up to the 33, a gain of a couple.
Yep, they're forcing Ballard to use their timeout, and he has to use one right there. As you said, Washington's so smart on that, you just don't want to get out of bounds there. And so, wow. Chris, what a game.
Timeout for Ballard. Can't underscore enough how well Ballard has played in this game. Just to date, a couple of big plays been the difference.
Yeah, and I tell you what, with this, though, what you have to remember is just playing a good game for 3.5 quarters is not good enough when you get to this level. When you get to the semifinals of the 6A state in Kentucky, you've got to finish the game out, and they just haven't been able to do that, Chris. And then if you're Bryan Station, you never gave up. What was it, 14-3 at half? Didn't look like they were even in the game. And then all of a sudden they got that stop on the last possession of the first half without them being able to score. Right now, you think about it, that field goal would have been good. This would have been a tied game. But Ballard missed the field goal, and Station has come back and has been all them really in this fourth quarter.
So many great individual performances in this game. We'll talk more about that, of course, in our post-game report. Most outstanding player presented by Elite Building Products, and that will come up in the post-game. Third down, check that, second down, and 8 for Station. From the Ballard 34. Washington again. Forward progress will net 2, and Ballard
use their last time out.
Their final timeout.
So third down and 6 coming up.
This is one of those, what Station needs is basically one first down. One first down, and they can go ahead. But you've got to get a first down. I mean, like you said, it's third and 8 according to the scoreboard here. So you got to get this first down. You're going to probably go 4 down territory here. But what you can't have is 2 things we've seen tonight, Chris. Station's had 2 bad snaps, and Station's also put the ball on the ground. You cannot afford to have that this time.
Zach Gentry, perfect 4 on field goals, long of 40. This right now would be well out of his range, and also with the wind conditions, I think Station a good 15 yards or so at least out of a viable field goal try.
Just got the update. Douglas comes out on the short end. Trinity 14, Douglas 7. Final and overtime. In all of Douglas's career, Chris, that's the first ever overtime game they've played and come up just a little bit short.
Third and 8. Ballard out of timeouts. Cut right with a snap, zings it, and coming back for the marker, that ball is caught. Where will they mark it? It's J.T. Haskins Jr.
It's just a yard short. So that's pretty much where you want to be. 4th and short, you can take it all the way down. If you want to use your last timeout, take it all the way down, let the clock go all the way down. You get 1 first down, Chris, and you're going back to Lexington with a chance to win the state championship next week against Trinity.
How big has Haskins been in this quarter?
Huge.
4th down and 1. That was more of a rhetorical question.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and give you the answer because I tell you what, he has changed this game. That's what the coaches are. They're hollering to the ref. Since there's not a play clock, they want to go ahead and get the timeout right as the play clock ends. So you talk to the back judge, tell him that. So with 1 second, they call that off.
Timeout, Bryan Station. That is their final.
So both
timeout.
teams void of timeouts. You give it to Washington up the gut and take your chances?
Without a doubt. One thing that Washington has had success, though, going a little bit outside, but also in this half even, Ballard's been able to stop him back there. So I think you just go with what brought you here, give it to him, let him get that first down for you, and this game's over.
Station seeking their first state championship appearance since 1999. And they're perhaps 1 yard away from getting that opportunity. Gallant effort tonight by Ballard.
Yes. Station has a loaded backfield back there, as you can imagine. Washington are going to go right behind.
Needing a yard. And it is Washington up the gut, and he's going to get a first down.
First down and more, and that, Chris, that should do it. It's apropos to say that Ballard shouldn't hang their head. They're going to hang their head because they had the opportunity to go to the state finals. But you said they did everything. They left everything on the field tonight.
You mentioned it, Rick, that sequence to close the first half. How important will that turn out to be?
And that's one of those where Bryan Station could have hung their head and just said, you know what, we're out of this game. We're just going to let them have that field goal. But we had penalty, back-to-back penalties, missed a 30-yard field goal, and, boy, that's the difference right now.
So Station trying to run things out here. Washington with the handoff, and he's going to power his way for more yardage, just shy of the 10.
I'll tell you what, the way Washington runs, he may end up in the end zone, but they should just have to snap 2 more, and then this game's over. But, Chris, I'll tell you what, we talked about it. That 4th down that we had where Bryan Station, their season was on the line, and they ended up getting a pass interference call, which was the right call, a good call. But, boy, I tell you what, that just changed fortunes right there.
Gain of 9 for Washington. Washington with the tote. He'll get a first down. It's 1st and goal as we slide under a minute to play.
Yeah, they'll stop the clock to move the chains, although the chains don't need to be moved right now. They'll get the mark, and there they go. They start the clock 59 seconds. And, boy, I tell you what, Bryan Station's going to go back to Lexington with a well-fought victory tonight. And Bryan Station's in their victory formation.
Coach Hawkins back on this Ballard field, former Ballard assistant, longtime JCPS assistant and football coach, and Station on their way. Bryan Station on to the 6A state championship game.
What a game.
Great feeling on that far sideline for Station. And the final score tonight in Louisville, a hard-fought win. Bryan Station 24 and Ballard 21. Post-game coverage when we come back to Louisville right after this on Glycod.
Did you know that Cartown Kia has one of the largest pre-owned inventories in the region? And did you know that we source vehicles from all over the country? Not only will we pay top dollar for your trade, we'll buy from you even if you don't buy from us. So stop in today for a quick and easy appraisal, and while you're here, check out the new Kias arriving daily. There's never been a better time to upgrade your ride. Visit Cartown Kia or shop anytime at cartownkiausa.com.
We first opened during the Great Depression, and we've been open for over 85 years now. Through everything that's come our way, we've stayed open by working to make life easier, better, and fresher, by making a real difference in the communities we serve, and by being the kind of place where your money always goes a little further. That's why we're open. Come see for yourself.
I love Head Start.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teacher, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
The Martin family has been in the trucking industry for over 3 generations. My grandfather started this company selling salvage parts in the 1960s, and we're celebrating over 20 years as a Peterbilt dealer. Although we've grown and changed over the years, our focus has always been on you. We get it. When your truck's down, you're not making money. That's why we keep thousands of quality parts in stock so you can get back on the road as soon as possible. At Martin's Peterbilt, relationships matter, and that's why we've been around for generations. Come see us.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by CSL Plasma. Be rewarded for your generosity. CSL Plasma. Do the amazing. Help save lives.
Welcome back to Ballard High School in Louisville. Bryan Station moves on to the 6A state championship game, defeating Ballard 24-21 in some huge plays in the fourth quarter.
I'll tell you what, Bryan Station just, never said die. They just kept on coming out. We talked about it at halftime. What would Bryan Station do? I talked about the fact they needed to do what brought them here. That's what they did. They finally got Washington going. They hit J.T. Haskins with the big touchdown pass, and then their defense stepped up. Some big sacks back there, some big pressures. And then Ballard kind of went away from what they had been doing and started throwing the ball more, which stopped clock and gave Station more time. And as we talked about, that huge play at the end of the first half with the missed field goal ended up being the difference in this game.
In the 65-yard slant, first down and 10 from the 35, cut right to J.T. Haskins Jr. for the final score of the game.
Yeah, just a big play. We talked about it. Haskins had not had a catch all night, but boy, you hit him in the open field like that, and he is able to make one move, use his speed to get in the end zone. And I tell you what, this Station team, they knew that they'd be in for a battle tonight. They had played this team to 28-21 victory on September the 8th, and tonight, with everything on the line, they came back from what looked like they were dead in the water.
We will update the ticker, continue to do so. We will also update the final stats and have our Elite Building Products most outstanding players. That and much more when we come back. 24-21, Bryan Station a winner. Back after this on Glycod.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks.
All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something at school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Last season, Glycod streamed over 160 games. As our presence grows throughout Kentucky and Southern Indiana, we have a need for production, sales, and social media support. If you've ever wanted to pursue a career in the fast-paced world of broadcasting but didn't know how, these opportunities could be for you. For more information, please contact info@glycod.com.
We first opened during the Great Depression, and we've been open for over 85 years now. Through everything that's come our way, we've stayed open by working to make life easier, better, and fresher. By making a real difference in the communities we serve. And by being the kind of place where your money always goes a little further. That's why we're open. Come see for yourself.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
The Martin family has been in the trucking industry for over 3 generations. My grandfather started this company selling salvage parts in the 1960s, and we're celebrating over 20 years as a Peterbilt dealer. Although we've grown and changed over the years, our focus has always been on you. We get it. When your truck's down, you're not making money. That's why we keep thousands of quality parts in stock so you can get back on the road as soon as possible. At Martin's Peterbilt, relationships matter, and that's why we've been around for generations. Come see us.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football on Glycod.
Final score tonight from Louisville. Bryan Station on to the 6A state championship game, defeating Ballard 24-21. Take a look at your scoring summary presented by Community Action Council. Station with 2 big touchdowns in the fourth quarter, and Haskins Jr., the play of the night.
Yeah, just the huge play there. Again, a perfect pass, hit him across the middle. Let's not forget, we didn't know if Cutright was coming back in or not. He had taken a big hit on his touchdown run, but boy, was able to get that pass right in the middle and just was able to score it. I tell you what, just a beautiful pass, a beautiful run, and just get that ball in the end zone. And I think we're going to take a look at that right now. And just the throw.
Well, we're not. The replay ticker, I think it's frozen.
Yeah, I understand. We are too. But no, just a great play. He caught that ball in the middle of the field, and then, like you said, he was able to use his speed to get all the way to the end zone.
So there you see the Ballard contingent there as the Bruins the station contingent and for Ballard. So many positives from this game. A very tough loss, but what a tremendous effort.
Absolutely. Their game plan was just impeccable all the way until the fourth quarter. They had to kind of go away with what had brought them so far. Again, they're going to look back on this game in a couple weeks. Right now it hurts so bad they're not going to be able to look at it, but in a couple weeks. But you talked about it, Chris, in the pregame. This is a young Ballard team. They're going to be heard from before, again, second straight year, make it to the semifinals. Can't quite get over the hump, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're not back here next year again, Chris.
Take a look at your final stats here momentarily, and it was certainly tilted in Ballard's favor in the first half, and Station able to do some things to get the stats a little more equitable for the game as we take a look, presented in part by Ruoff Mortgage.
Yeah, and the one thing I want us to see is just the way Station was able to kind of turn things around in the first half, basically 35 yards total, and you see that 119 versus 137 for the game. And the one thing that I noticed is that Washington ended up having more rushing yards than Weiss did, and that's just something that you did not think would happen. But boy, I tell you what, Bryan Station with a huge fourth quarter when their backs were literally against the wall, they were able to step forward and come through and get the things done. When you see the penalties there, the third down conversions, Ballard's huge fourth down conversions there for a while, but there at the end of the game they had 4th and 25 and just couldn't get it to happen.
Elite Building Products, proud to support tonight's student athletes that are our most outstanding players. We'll have those for you when we wrap things up right after this on Glycod.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
Rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
We first opened during the Great Depression, and we've been open for over 85 years now. Through everything that's come our way, we've stayed open by working to make life easier, better, and fresher. By making a real difference in the communities we serve. And by being the kind of place where your money always goes a little further. That's why we're open. Come see for yourself.
With Fast Signs, create custom deep sea signage that makes the wait a visual escape. Fast Signs, make your statement.
Drive with the confidence and security of a pre-owned Kia from Cartown Kia. This incredible certification package is loaded with a 5-year, 60,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, 10 years of national roadside assistance, and 2 years of free maintenance. Choose from over 70 certified pre-owned Kias or over 1,000 vehicles of all makes and models. It's new car driving at used cars prices with certified pre-owned Kias from CartownKiaUSA.com.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
Hi, I'm Sarah Neely. I'm the financial manager at Mill Ridge Farm. Whenever you transition financial institutions, there's a tremendous amount of paperwork involved. Traditional banks streamlined this paperwork and they just made it very simple. Traditional Bank is a locally owned bank that allows us to operate on an international platform. They make my life better, they make my job easier, and they make Mill Ridge a better place.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Tonight's most outstanding players are presented by Elite Building Products in Nicholasville, locally owned with an outstanding selection of windows, doors, and siding. For more information, visit them at elitekentucky.com. And so many great performances tonight. And you decided to go with a guy that really started things for Station.
Yeah, for Station, Jason Hawker had the scoop on the fumble, got it all the way down to the 5-yard line. That changed the whole momentum of this game. We talked about it. Station needed some shot in the arm, and that was the shot in the arm. And I think he's a very deserving. He had other big plays. And then for Ballard, the 6A District 5 Player of the Year, Journey Weiss was everything that he was advertised to be. Had a huge night tonight, almost 100 yards rushing. Ran that Wildcat, had to make some tough decisions, had one fumble that hurt them, but I tell you what, yeah, a very deserving senior there.
Tremendous effort for both these teams. And we're back on the air for high school football one more time. Next Saturday, Rick and I will commence from Kroger Field, 4 o'clock. Audio only, Bryan Station versus Trinity. Can't wait to be there. And for Station, a rematch against a week 1 loss versus Trinity earlier this year.
Yeah, so they're going to have another opportunity to go at them. Trinity tonight got the big win in overtime. They avenged a loss to Douglas, and see if Station can do the same thing.
Great effort by Ballard. Again, thanks so much to Chris Kinney, athletic director here, all the great folks at Ballard for allowing us the privilege to stream this one tonight for you. We hope you enjoyed it. Final score, Bryan Station 24, Ballard 21 for Rick Reams, our camera operator Joe O'Melion, and producer Steve Bird. I'm Chris LeBar. Good night from Ballard High School in Louisville. You've been watching high school football on Glycod.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Paramedics do the incredible. They help save lives. And so can you, by donating at CSL Plasma. Your plasma donation can help create 24 critical life-saving medicines. And you can be rewarded for your generosity. Every plasma donation can do so much for so many. Do the amazing. Help save lives. Donate plasma today at your local CSL Plasma Center.
Gen Z is a stalled generation.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
The Martin family has been in the trucking industry for over 3 generations. My grandfather started this company selling salvage parts in the 1960s, and we're celebrating over 20 years as a Peterbilt dealer. Although we've grown and changed over the years, our focus has always been on you. We get it. When your truck's down, you're not making money. That's why we keep thousands of quality parts in stock so you can get back on the road as soon as possible. At Martin's Peterbilt, relationships matter, and that's why we've been around for generations. Come see us.
New recruit? Take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
Rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football on Glycod.